Leader of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Is there anything anybody loves more than agreeing with Tausch?
Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher.
I got a hunch this isn't going to be concise either.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio.
I would say that you are pretty easygoing. You're actually probably more easygoing than I am.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Well, you're not easygoing at all.
Hey!
On 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
It is the Friday edition. We're going to keep doing this, huh?
What are we doing?
What? Well, I was going to say he was limited, but where are you sitting?
Sitting outside? It's a beautiful morning out. But where are you sitting?
You're like this little tiny person. It looks like a moon landing or something.
Listen, man, I don't have my IT department with me. This is an all old T production. So you should be amazed. Say, Tausch, I can't believe you figured out how to get video every day when you've been out in California. That's what you should be saying.
Now that I know,
make no sense. It's like Honey, I Shrunk the Tausch.
Honey, I Shrunk the Tausch.
That would be nice. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Jesse's got a line on somebody that can help you with that edition.
That's what I heard.
So
looks great.
It's just the. Oh my God! It is. It's you're like this little tiny guy in the fit. All right, for those of you that are listening on the radio and not watching on the video stream, Tausch is far away from his camera, and it makes him look tiny edition. I watched Thursday Night Football. Did you watch? Did you figure out what time it was on out there in California?
No.
Edition of Wilde and Tausch. 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. You see what you miss when you're not watching the video. And, of course, everything you need on WisconsinOnDemand.com and the Wisconsin On Demand app. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And from his undisclosed location, having just landed on the moon, he is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch.
Do you have a fire going, too?
I do, yeah. I do. It's very chilly out here in the Northern California setup at whatever time it is. What time is it? 7, I think, here? So, yeah, it's a little chilly out here.
So you did not get to watch your old teammate, your old podna, or I guess he would have been my old podna, your old teammate, Aaron Rodgers in his second home debut. He lasted more than 4 snaps in this one for the Jets last night on Thursday Night Football.
I figured you're going to be surprised by this. I figured out I got NFL Plus now.
Yeah.
Because, obviously Bulag is watching and breaking down all this film. So I got to make sure I know what the heck I'm – well, no, I started. But now I didn't know this existed, that's a whole nother thing. But I was able to – we went for a nice long walk last night, and it was – but I didn't get till the third quarter where the Jets already had things kind of wrapped up.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the little thing in my phone, and I was able to watch it because then the time zone didn't matter because I, didn't have to sit in front of a TV at the house. So I was able to walk and watch a little bit as it was going. And sounds like he pushed Robert Saleh away on a hug. He, I don't know all the details of it, but it looks like he's back, baby. He looked fresh. It looked like he must have played a pretty good game.
Mid-season form, arguing with coaches, throwing for 300 yards.
His stat line looked good. Yeah, it was a good win for the Jets.
So what I did after that occurred, and then after his explanation, which we're going to play for you in a second, I have to be honest. The thought crossed my mind of, it's always something with this guy these days.
Oh, Oh, your old dog. You're going to get after him?
Right?
You're going to get after your old boy?
Well, so I don't know. Let's let our – so if you didn't see it, they score to go up, as he will explain, 2 scores. And Robert Saleh goes to hug him. And Rodgers, gives him a 2-handed shove in the chest, which he is going to claim, as you'll hear momentarily – well, maybe you won't hear momentarily. That he's a shove guy. He likes a shove, and that they were celebrating that they'd gone up 2 scores. And I just last week there was that little meme that was going around about him not listening to Hackett on the bench. Right? There was that clip that was circulating. And it just feels like there was the clip during training camp of him and Garrett Wilson arguing. Is it just me, or
don't misconstrue those things though, Jason. The Garrett Wilson stuff, I didn't have any problem with.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Okay.
My point is that somebody's always making something out of something with him.
Well, because that's how he rolls. I mean, it's just that's kind of. I think people are looking for it too, but. I'm never going to be judgmental about stuff that happens on sidelines outside of choking people or anything else. Is it a little bit weird? Yeah. You'd think you'd give him a big old bear hug. You're up 14. Your offense is humming. You know, things are going well. It's one thing when things aren't going well because, trust me, I've heard these coaches, even when things are going fine, the amount of stuff that's said about players in those headsets are – you would never believe it. I'm assuming at some point they'll end up – somebody will get a docuseries and do that too. But I don't have a problem with any of this because it's just all's fair in love and war when it comes to being on the sideline. That's just how it goes. So I'm not as shook up as maybe you are about this.
I'm not – all right, let me be clear. I'm not shook up. I just
you
don't –
sound a little bit.
I don't quite understand the explanation, and it feels – a little made
forced.
Up. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So here is how the hug push away celebration was described afterward.
There was that awkward exchange with you and Robert. You appeared to push him away.
No, it was not anything awkward at all.
You appeared to push him away. Then when he went to hug you, what happened?
I didn't know. He's not a big hugger. Usually, so I didn't know he was going for the hug. He likes to do the 2-hand chest push as well. So, but he talks a lot about 2-score leads. So I just kind of gave him a push and said 2-score lead. That's what happened.
Enough said. Enough said.
He was
That's
limited.
What happened.
I hope
Jason, you know this. A-Rod's a big hug guy.
He
loves hugs.
He has become one, no doubt.
Maybe he's right. Maybe I don't know Bob Saleh. Is he a hug guy? If he isn't, and you brace because sometimes there's sometimes a lot of times I'll do a slap on the back and people will kind of cringe or grimace a little bit. And so maybe there's a little preemptiveness to what Rodgers is saying. I don't have any reason to not doubt him, but yes. It sounds anytime he jumps in and doesn't let you ask the full question, he wants to preemptively hammer you with something. So I'm sure there's probably more to this story. Do I think that Aaron Rodgers appreciates the way Bob Saleh handled the minicamp fiasco?
I do not.
I can assure you he did not. I said that when it happened. This is not going to be good. They better win early because this thing could implode. Well, they've won a little bit early. So maybe it'll be all right. Right? Maybe it'll be all right. But I think this thing is just like my fire here. It's very tindery. And right now they're kind of keeping it. It's not, but that's a powder keg now. That is a powder keg.
Here's why it bothers me. And even Josh DiMaggio, who makes no bones about his despising of the quarterback.
Yeah.
Look, the problem that I have with this is that, and my point of it's always something with this guy, he was fantastic. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Good.
I know there's Packers fans, and we're going to get into Packers Titans, so don't worry. This is just the opening segment of the show. I know there are those of you that just don't want to pretend he doesn't even exist anymore.
Jason, I was going to ask you this before you hit your point. Where are we at as a Packer fan base? I'd like to poll this because I think most Packer fans, because Jordan Love's good, I think most Packer fans I hope Aaron has a nice rest of his career. Or are there, because I think even Joshy has softened his stance on A-Rod. I don't think it's amazing what a year of injury and a year of good quarterback play for your team does. Because last year it would have been hot. It would have been smoking hot, the vitriol, because there was a draft pick attached and everything else. I really feel like there is an indifference and a thank you for your service type vibe, and not really a ton of care about what Aaron does now. It's a fascinating little dilemma, scenario that is played out.
I don't know that. We can pull that if you'd like. I'll let Jesse do it from the show account so he can get the vitriol. I don't want that. I don't want that smoke. Because I do think that they just don't. I think you're right. I think they don't care for one. Those of us that covered him or played with him are probably more interested in watching, but I still, no matter how you feel about some of his off-the-field opinions or thoughts or statements or activities, I still think he's a really interesting player, and for him to play the way he played last night was super interesting and entertaining. Because I don't know what, I watched the opener, and, he had some flashes, but obviously San Francisco throttled them pretty good.
They stunk. They stunk.
Yeah, and the way he played last night, obviously New England's not very good, but it looked like vintage Aaron Rodgers, like him moving outside the pocket. And the reason why I think that is important is because I want to get to the whole idea of Jordan Love and how he will be able to, quote-unquote, protect himself if he does play on Sunday against the Titans, because what you saw, if you watch Thursday Night Football, Rodgers did have a 16-yard run during the course of the game, but he and Jordan Love after him in a similar fashion both believe in running to extend plays and make plays down the field. That has always been Rodgers' MO, and that is what Jordan Love tries to do as well. And so I'm eager to see exactly what Jordan Love, if he plays, and I don't think he will, but if he does, how he's going to do that part of his job. We'll talk about that coming up after Tausch tells us about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Indeed, they are the window and door equivalent of clinching the division, winning a world championship, hitting for the cycle. Matter of fact, Pella had a Shohei day. 3 homers, 51 club. That's the beauty of Pella Windows and Doors. They manufacture all of their own products, and each one of those products gets tested thousands of times to ensure that it withstands the test of time. Quality craftsmanship and innovative design are built into every Pella product for timeless beauty and performance. Order by September 30th. Get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more.
We'll get to Packers Titans next. So for those of you in the YouTube comments that you don't hate Aaron Rodgers, you just don't want to talk about him, great. We won't talk about him. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for the great team at Everlight Solar. When breaking down our favorite football teams, it comes down to what adjustments they're able to make in a game in order to find success. Well, the same can be applied to your approach to powering your home. How would you like to make an adjustment that helps you save money while also helping to save the planet? All you have to do is make the switch with Everlight Solar. Our family is one of many who have made the switch to solar over the last several years. When we met with the team at Everlight Solar, they outlined the entire process and educated us on the benefits of making the switch. It was super simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more and schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Chris Keel from Mount Horeb High School. You're a Viking.
Yep. Yes, sir.
And you're wearing a great shirt. Three-peat Badger Conference champs. Your senior class has never lost a conference championship. Is that pressure or is that pride?
I think it's a little bit of both. We definitely have high expectations. That's been put on us since we were freshmen, but we're also not getting over our heads, but we're definitely prideful about it. We're confident that we can go and win another one.
3.65 grade point average. Who's had the most impact on you as a student?
I'd say my mom. She keeps me to a high standard. I mean, I also do not want to be seen with low grades. I just feel like that's not setting me up for college. Having a good work ethic now will pass over to in college. But definitely my mom, she definitely installed that in me.
When you've been seriously injured, you need a trusted team on your side. Gruber Law Offices is available 24/7 and will even come to you. Your first call is free. Your first visit is free. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You're probably being overwhelmed with information about semaglutide, the game-changing FDA-approved weight loss treatment. Jim Rutledge here. I was like you. I didn't know what it was until I saw Dr. Nessa Rodriguez at Carbon World Health. He can walk you through the benefits. He can tell you if it's right for you, and then you could come up with a plan to change your life with a workout plan and semaglutide. With that plan, I dropped from 20% body fat to 10% body fat, and I dropped over 20 pounds of fat and kept my muscle. You can do the same thing. Go see Dr. Nessa Rodriguez at Carbon World Health.
It's just been announced, 2.99% APR on new 2024 Audi Q5s. Audi Madison has 15 new Q5s ready to drive home today, or check out the all-electric Audi models. You can save $7,500 on select Audi EVs with the AFS EV lease bonus. See dealer for details. Eligibility is subject to credit approval through Audi Financial Services. Cannot be combined with National Customer Credit. Offer ends September 30th, 2024. Stop in and test drive today. Check out the website to see current qualifying inventory. Start your adventure at Audi Madison today, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at Tito'sVodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Jeff Levering here. How are baseball and Pella windows and doors of Wisconsin alike? Pella manufactures all their own products. Baseball teams develop their own players in the minors. Pella tests every product thousands of times to ensure it stands the test of time. A baseball player's ultimate test is to get called up to the big leagues, hoping to play well enough to stay. Right now at Pella, get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Certain restrictions apply. It ends September 30th. Visit PellaWI.com today.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
This ain't a good time, but when is it ever? I know the perfect time, and maybe that's never. So don't you dare leave me now. Throw my heart on the ground. 'Cause tonight.
Upon further review, as pointed out to me by Big Matt.
Nice hat.
Thanks. It's a bucket hat.
That is a good hat.
It's a bucket hat.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Love bucket hats.
M&M's. Tausch and I were discussing my hat choice off air. And he wanted to see a bucket hat, so now he's got one. And I'd like to see him a little bit closer to the camera, but I don't see that occurring.
Hey, is that better?
No. The reading of the lips and the dirty look that the quarterback gives his head coach. I'm not buying. I'm even less buying the 2-score lead nonsense. That said, we're not here to talk about Aaron Charles Rodgers. We are getting ready for Packers Titans and the subterfuge, clandestine nature of their approach to this situation. He was limited. Has gotten to such a point, old T, that now Matt LeFleur is cracking jokes about it, because he knows how annoying it must be to the rest of us around him. Is he going to practice tomorrow? Well, we'll have to take it day by day. We'll see. But I'm sure he'll be limited. Good one, Matt. He's making jokes.
I like that.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I like
actually,
that.
frankly, it was funny.
Have a little fun with it.
As annoyed as I may be, it was definitely funny. The bottom line is, Tausch, we've talked about this all week long. Other people, all of our other shows are talking about it. We will see what happens. Matt LeFleur said yesterday they're going to give him to 90 minutes before kickoff when the inactive list comes out on whether or not he's going to go.
Did he take any team reps yesterday? Did he take any team reps?
He was limited.
Did you not get that answer?
He was limited.
I like that.
Yeah, and Tausch, my point there, in all seriousness, is even if you're engaging in subterfuge, if he took team reps, my inclination is that you mention it, because it even further muddies the waters then for your opponent. When you're not willing to say whether or not he took team reps or not, that implies to me that he didn't. And if I'm the Titans, that's how I'm taking it as. Now maybe it's a whole Jedi mind trick, and he's going to trot out there at Nissan Stadium and be ready. But I just don't buy that.
Yeah, I'll be curious when we do our prize picks of the week. Who's listed? Who's listed on the projections? What is the spread out in Las Vegas? Because I don't know how they do it, but it seems like they usually have pretty good ideas on what's going to happen. So there's a lot of unknown. I would guess it probably have things off the board if this is accurate, that Jordan Love, because Jordan Love is moving around. Again, you can only look at the clips that are put out because you guys are very limited in what you can see
and video.
Watching.
Yep.
Yeah, he's moving around okay. And if he's moving around okay, it's going to be a tough call for Matt and everybody else. I think he's closer to playing than you do. But I thought that last week. Knowing MCLs and understanding it, I know he's feeling so much better than when he got off that flight. He's probably thinking, oh, God. And then 2 or 3 days he's in the pool and he's icing and he's stim and he's getting the swelling out of it and he starts laying down that bed of scar. You just start feeling better and better and better. And then you think, he probably thought he could have played last week. He certainly is going to think he can play this week. And I don't know how much clout he has as far as with, they have not – typically the trainers know if you're injured, you'll have really frank conversations with them like, I can do this. And the trainers will trust you and the coaches will trust you. The coaches will trust Jordan, but Jordan doesn't have that history yet because fortunately he hasn't been hurt. So I think he's going to push pretty hard to play. I do think you're going to be right. I think Green Bay, the training staff and Matt and Goody and everybody are going to say, let it take a beat. If you're still feeling this way next week, will you play against the Vikings? But give this week. We can win this game without you. Get another week of that bed of scar, and then you can roll with that.
So I can tell you what the line is because I appeared on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning. And Chewy was very concerned and confused as to why the Titans opened as 2.5-point favorites, and now they have moved up to 3-point favorites. That wouldn't indicate that the line drawers think Jordan Love is moving toward playing, right?
No, it would mean that the opposite. It would mean that Malik Willis is going to be playing. Yeah. So,
again, I don't know. This is not my area of expertise. What I do think is that from the very beginning, what multiple of us had been told was that he's not going to play the next 2 weeks, and we're hoping that he can play against the Minnesota Vikings when Mark Tauscher will be in the stands. Now, whether or not that comes to fruition, we'll have to wait.
Tentatively scheduled. This trip's going to be a little longer than I thought, so it's tentatively, even if Jay left. I'm not fully committing anymore to that. Yeah.
Did you forget how the time zones work for the return flight?
I didn't realize that USC game, depending if it's a night game, Old T's going to get back super late on Sunday morning. Is old T going to want to, after not seeing his kids for a couple weeks outside of FaceTime, is old T going to want to go up? I'm a little more Natalie Imbruglia, even if Jordan Love is playing, than maybe I was.
Oh, interesting. We could take your tickets. I'm sure the girls would love to go. I am curious about the. Oh, by the way, I was informed today that I'll be filling in for you with Vinny and the boys on Monday on Wisconsin's Morning News on WTMJ. So
I'm giving you another look.
That's great.
Go ahead and pip
Wally.
me.
Pippered. He's been pippered.
I'm ready to be pipped.
So let's kind of bottom line this. Where we stand today, and again, this is for those of you that like to listen to the podcast after the fact or watch the YouTube video after the fact. It is 9:25 Central Daylight Time. It is 7:25 Pacific Daylight Time, and I don't know what
weird.
time it
It's
is.
getting dark. It's getting darker here. If you keep watching the show, it's going to get darker as the show goes. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know.
And then you'll just disappear.
Layer.
Which is even more amazing.
They call it a marine layer out here, which is fascinating.
To you, apparently. So bottom line, this as of right now, we will see, practice starts when we are still on the air, and you'll be in the dark at that point. But I don't know what he's going to do today. And to me, in my quasi-professional opinion, they're ramping him up this week. They're playing the game, but they're ramping him up. He's moving around more than he did last week. And then next week he's going to do team reps, and there's going to be hope for him to play whether you're in the stands or not. That's what my gut tells me. My gut isn't always right.
No, I'll say this. I think you're going to be correct about this weekend, even though they're playing the chess game. And I'm going to say this. I think they've played it pretty well. Because I know you've been pretty steadfast about this. I think most of your reporter brethren have been. Schefter and a lot of the national folks this week are kind of selling that narrative that he might play. And they're getting that from somewhere.
Maybe they're in cahoots.
There could be cahoots. I don't know if it's cahooty, but it's definitely at least enough. It's viable enough. And the fact that they're showing him jogging around and doing bootlegs and things like that, it's viable enough that if I'm Tennessee, I do have to take into account that he may play. And that's what this is all about. That's what it's all about.
All right, we would be remiss, though, because, look, Rob Demovsky is a good friend of ours. He will appear on the program at 10:30.
What time is that at 10:30?
That would be
8:30
8:30 your time, yes.
All right.
Tausch
Keep the
time.
fire going.
It's going to be
TDT,
burning, baby.
Tausch Daylight Time. Rob doesn't share his video clips from SportsCenter and NFL Live a lot, but he was really, I think, proud of this one. So I think in honor of him,
we're
Jesse,
share it.
My question is, should we play it now or should we play LeFleur now and then we can play his imitation of LeFleur before he comes on the show later?
Well, I don't have the LeFleur ready, so I say we play the Demovsky.
It says right there we could listen to what Matt LeFleur said at the podium about Jordan Love's
Why don't we just do both right before Demovsky as Bruce Springsteen's playing? Why don't we do both, and then we can let him comment on it?
All right, we'll build up to it. I'll go get LeFleur. You emphasized the wrong word there, Jason. We could listen. We could listen to Matt LeFleur.
Well, if we could do it, then that would imply that you have it available.
Well, I was being cute.
You were trying to be clever.
I was being cute.
I look forward to the day that Chrissy full-time produces this show.
Well, it ain't going to be long. I can tell you. You can see Jesse. Jesse ain't Let me tell you something. There ain't anything subterfuge about Jesse. He starts adding the volleyball. He's training more people on a daily basis.
To do more of his job.
To do almost all of his job.
Fair.
It's smart.
Yeah, and we'll all benefit from it eventually when someone
He's
replaces
getting all
him.
sleek so he can do more TV work. I'm thinking he might end up taking some of Pablo's old work and as he moves into the TV world. I think he brought Pablo in so he could backdoor a weekend shift over at the TV station. That's what I think's happening.
There's no way Carly
Jesse?
Murata wants him on her team.
No,
all right.
I'm the Andy Reid of the producer coaching tree at ESPN Wisconsin. I'm going to keep doing this and winning championships and living the dream and eating cheeseburgers.
God, I can't wait till Gabe takes over on Bullstream TV. Tausch, I know that you're enjoying yourself out there and having a great old time, but there's got to be part of you that's missing your Karuba coffee and your glazer.
I don't even know what this is.
And
I
your
don't even know what
discounted
this is.
meat from the Quickery.
You'll love discounted meat. There's nothing better than discounted meat. I'll tell you what, my grill, and the grill's out here. I got fire burning. Oh, it's bad. The only thing I'm missing is Quick Trip because I'm out west. And that great ground beef straight from the Quickery. $2.99 a pound. Oh, and I'm going to tell you something else, Jason. Gas prices, I don't know what they are back in Wisconsin. It's crazy high out there. I guarantee you Quick Trips are better. And you know what? You can also get the chicken. Oh, Grandma got that roasted chicken Monday, $5.99. The tenders and the bone-in deals on Wednesday for $9.99. And you know I mentioned the tenders. I love it. They're hand-breaded, crispy, and boneless. Oh, baby. You can also grab some white bread, 99 cents a loaf. They also have great dairy deals. You get the cheese to put on your little burgers. Everything you got. And then you always finish off a meal with Nature's Touch, vanilla or chocolate ice cream, just $2.99. All those deals and more at Quick Trip. Download the Quick Rewards app. I miss my Quick Rewards app. Order ahead and earn points. Take care of the payment or just stop by. Pick it all up or get it brought to you curbside. When I get back, Lord knows what time that's going to be on that Saturday. I'm going to order ahead. I'm going to get it. I'm going to figure it out on my way back. That's what old T will be doing when he gets back.
I got gas from a Quick Trip on my way back from Milwaukee, $2.75 a gallon.
That's unbelievable.
Plus, I had my little coupon.
Probably discounts. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So much less than what you're paying out there in California. All right, we've got the green and gold game preview as the Packers get ready to face the Titans at Nissan Stadium in Nashville on Sunday. We'll do that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's makes the good stuff for good times. Find recipes, videos, and more at titosvodka.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. Well, we are underway in what will definitely be another interesting season for our favorite football team up in Green Bay. With so many questions about some unknowns already to kick off the year, it will be important for Green Bay to be able to rely on players and schemes that have been consistently dependable over the years. And speaking of consistently dependable, that's how I describe the service team over at Zimbrick Chevy. From routine maintenance to emergency issues, the service team at Zimbrick Chevrolet gets the job done right and works with you every step of the way. It's why, year after year, Zimbrick Chevy is recognized as one of the best operations in the Madison area. You can take my word for it. Zimbrick Chevrolet is truly the name you can trust. Consistently dependable and great. That's how we've described some of the best players to come through Green Bay over the years, and that's also what you get from Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. View inventory, schedule a service appointment, and learn more about all they have to offer at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. That's ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
Gruber Law Offices presents Thanalysis.
80% the second bomb after the second bomb, it's a move.
A podcast from Thanasis Antetokounmpo.
Oof da.
That means absolutely everything.
Also supported by Carbless, premium ready-to-drink cocktails.
The now quarterback for the Green Bay Packers.
And Potawatomi Casino Hotel in Milwaukee.
Jordan Love.
Subscribe on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At MadisonWeightLoss.com, we know the secret. Our unique weight loss program makes it easy to lose weight, get healthy, and get your energy back naturally, safely, and effectively. If you'd like to lose unhealthy fat without counting points, no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no surgery, and no injections with the risk of serious side effects, go to MadisonWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation in person or virtually.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. Madison Weight Loss has helped me achieve a weight loss goal I never thought was possible. I'm just over 1 month into the 60-day program, and I've already lost 25 pounds. Expert guidance, food lists and recipes, and the ability to track progress all in one app has been incredible. I can't recommend Madison Weight Loss enough.
Many clients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound per day. For your free private weight loss consultation, call 608-774-7241 or go to MadisonWeightLoss.com. That's MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Get your hydration on track with Water Joe. Water Joe has 0 calories, 0 sugars, 0 artificial sweeteners, and 0 carbs. Get a 12-pack of 20-ounce bottles of Water Joe at your local Pick and Save or Metro Market. 2 for $10 now until October 12th. Simply purified water infused with a kick of caffeine. A great alternative to sugary sodas, sugary coffee, or energy drink. Get that 12-pack of 20-ounce of Water Joe for $10 through October 12th at your local Pick and Save or Metro Market locations. Hydrate and energize with Water Joe.
The hunt for October continues this weekend on ESPN Radio. The Philadelphia Phillies, sitting high atop the NL East, head to Citi Field to face the New York Mets, who are fighting for a wild card spot. Coverage begins Saturday at 3:30 Eastern and Sunday at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
I'm getting the reaction to my M&M bucket hat just that I was hoping for in the YouTube comments. So keep them coming. If you're tuned in on either the ESPN Milwaukee or ESPN Madison YouTube comments, I'm monitoring those, so be nice to each other and to us. Time now for the Green and Gold game preview.
Let's take a closer look at this week's matchup. This is the Green and Gold game preview.
Did you guys know the Green Bay Packers have never won a regular season football game in Nashville, Tennessee?
I did know that.
I just heard that on a SportsCenter update. I think Chrissy was doing the SportsCenter,
she
and
did
it was
write 'em
really
for me, yeah.
super good and very informative.
So the Green Bay Packers in search of win number 1 in franchise history in Nashville in the regular season, because they play like every year in the preseason, it feels like. At least they used to. Noon Sunday, besides the very, very, very low-hanging fruit of Jordan Love's availability, Tausch, what is another big storyline heading into this game?
I just heard this. The Packers had not won in Nashville. I think that's your storyline, right?
Wow,
great
one, great, good
job.
job.
You guys don't be so. You guys are so whatever this morning.
Big chance for you to totally redeem yourself with an actual answer here.
Indeed. So, I think the storyline for me up to this point, obviously the Jordan Love low-hanging fruit. I'm not going to go there because Jesse asked so nicely. Can this defense keep this up? This is a tailor-made game for turnovers. And for this Jeff Hafley defense to continue on this pace, I saw Rob Demovsky's article this morning because I read him every morning with my cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm.
They're on pace. If they get 2 or 2.5 or 3 picks, whatever it is this week, they'll have more than they had all last year, which is crazy to think about. And Will Levis is a turnover waiting to happen. I'm going to be surprised. Who's their backup, Jason? Who's Levis's backup down there?
Not sure.
Okay, dynamite drop. Anyways, I think the turnover machine is Will Levis. I don't think he finishes this game, on Sunday because he turns it over. I think this defense cranks it up and has a big afternoon, and that's going to be how they ride this thing to victory.
Oh, Mason Rudolph is the backup.
The red-nosed reindeer.
The red-nosed quarterback. Not to be confused with Sean Clifford, the big red backup on this practice squad. All right, first of all, if you're trying to read lips and you're good at that, you don't have to be – you maybe have to be a little bit better to get what Roger says to Saleh. You do not have to be a great lip reader to read the lips of Brian Callahan, son of Billy Callahan, right? Former Badgers assistant.
I think Big Tom Callahan, too. This guy, I'm surprised he didn't get into the auto brake industry.
Well, Bo Callahan is his uncle.
Still wait.
His birthday party sucked. So
although his agent is in a little bit of trouble. Bo Callahan's agent right about now. Be that as it may. Of course, he was played by Sean.
Wasn't there a quarterback that came through the Packers named Callahan? Wasn't it Joe Callahan?
It was Joe Callahan. Yes, sir.
That's an inordinate amount of Callahans in the business, isn't it?
Yes, high percentage of Callahans.
They all have that brake factory in Ohio that none of them are taking advantage of. It's a weird deal.
It's true. Brian Callahan yells at Will Levis as he's coming off the field last Sunday, "What the blank are you doing?"
Well, in fairness.
And it was a fair question.
Everyone in the stadium was yelling that too.
Yes, I agree. I'm emphasizing Tausch's point of what this game may be about. Now, that said, Mason Rudolph, I thought his backup was going to be Malik Willis until that late trade at the end of training camp.
Well, for a fourth-round pick, he might be again.
Here's the storyline for me. Josh Jacobs.
Jingle Hammer Schmidt.
Can Josh Jacobs carry 30 times again in this game? Does he need to? Does Emmanuel Wilson take some of the load off? I am not a believer that Jordan Love is playing. I'm just not. So we will see what happens in a game plan that is Malik Willis-centric. So we'll have to wait and see what they come up with. I am fascinated to see how they tweak a very smart, successful game plan that they used against the Colts to fit another game with a guy that they don't want throwing the football a ton as their quarterback. So to me, that's the storyline from the Packers' perspective. Jesse, next question.
Next up, and again in the Green and Gold game preview, besides the fact that Jordan Love is not going to be available potentially, who is the most important non-quarterback for the Packers to have success on Sunday? So you cannot pick Malik Willis either.
Okay,
Tausch.
we get it. Rashawn Gary. He's got, one sack so far. I think people are getting after the pass rush a little bit because it's not been maybe as dominant as we all thought. You have to understand, people, you're playing mobile quarterbacks. Your job is to keep them in the pocket. You can't let them get outside. You can't be willy-nilly with your pass rush. Go inside. Then he gets the boot out. That's where they make big plays. That is, I know Will Levis can move a little bit, and you'll have to maybe contain to a certain extent, but I think Rashawn Gary's going to eat. I think he's going to put cheese on everything. I don't know what other hashtags he uses on social, but I think Rashawn Gary is going to have a big game, and I might Steinhoffel him too, even knowing the rules of how it goes, because I think he's going to have that kind of game on Sunday.
Tausch, before I give my answer, I want to get back to what you said about rushing the passer. So they have 2 sacks on the season, and you're right. That has been part of the conversation, is that they have faced mobile quarterbacks in the first 2 games.
Yep.
But then we were told, hey, Will Levis can run too. That was what we were told. So my question is, aren't all quarterbacks in 2024 largely varying degrees of mobile quarterbacks? Like, how long does this excuse hold water for not having better sack and pressure numbers?
So not all things are equal, Jason. Jalen Hurts is dynamite out of the pocket. Old boy Richardson, dynamite outside the pocket.
Dynamite.
He's a big, strong dude.
He's big.
He's a big, strong, and he can run. Let's not kid yourself here. Is he Mike Vick? No. but can he run? The thing with young players, Jason, and that they always, quarterbacks, how I judge young quarterbacks, do they pull it and run after their first read is covered? Because if that's the case, you're not going to be a sustainable quarterback in this league. So you want to force them to be uncomfortable and sitting in that pocket. Are they going to stand there and take a hit, or are they going to throw off their back foot and Xavier McKinney's going to go pick the ball off? That's what you're trying to get. That's more important than rushing and occasionally get a sack. But what they're at their most comfortable when they can roll out to the right, not feel that pressure, and have all kinds of open space to be a run-pass threat. And yes, most quarterbacks are both, because that's what the league is asking. That's what the league needs. So you have to figure out with your blitz package, I'm heating up this Levis cat all day, every day. And he's going to turn the pill over, and we're going to get sacks. He's going to start seeing ghosts. And next thing you know, I think Rudolph the Red-Nosed Mason is going to be in there quarterbacking Sunday at, probably middle of the third quarter, fourth quarter. That's what I think is going to happen.
Okay, we're going to heat up this Levis cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs.
You can't help yourself, can you?
Come on. It was. You called him a cat. I feel like I was on solid ground there.
I didn't say anything about eating cats. Like, that never entered my mind. What are you, Garfield?
No, never mind. Smaller story. Maybe you missed it. All right.
News travels slow out there.
We're waiting for the Pony Express to deliver that to Old T out in California. All right. The most important non-quarterback, and we will get to this a little bit later in the program, but I want to see Quay Walker play better. And I asked what I thought was a very gentle question about some of the shortcomings in Quay Walker's game so far this season. Look, he is the Mike linebacker. He is supposed to be the, funnel all the tackles to him and make plays there in the 4-3 defense. Tell me I'm wrong about the Mike linebacker in a 4-3.
Well, in this defense, the will should be your impact player. Your middle linebacker should be your tackling machine.
So should he be the will instead?
Levis?
The Levis cat. No, Quay.
Jason, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm going to break that down for you. I do think you're going to want to see at some point, even though your guy, the chiseled Adonis, is playing good football.
I do like him, yeah.
I want to see Edgerrin Cooper. I want to see him getting more work. And I would venture to say, by Thanksgiving, he's going to have one of those spots. I don't know whose spot it's going to be.
You're probably right. So my point is that I want to see Quay Walker do more. And I am willing, as I have said on other shows across ESPN Wisconsin this week, I am willing to continue to give him some grace. It's a new system. He's finding his way in it. But
what year is this for him?
This is year 3 for him, and he is a former first-round pick.
Hey,
so the expectation
how does that all
game
go?
Has to be played. Yeah. Quay time.
It's time.
Time. So that's why I would choose him, and we'll hear how Jeff Hafley answer my question a little bit later in the program. All right, Jesse, last question.
Last one in our green and gold game. Oh, I ran out of music. That's sad. The Packers win a regular season game in Nashville for the first time ever on Sunday. If Tausch.
Yeah, I think
they get 2.5 interceptions. Like
with the caveat, well, they're going to get turnovers. And I'm not going to go turnover margin. I think Malik Willis as a runner needs to be in that 35 to 50. He needs to be 35 plus running the football. If that's the case, I think Green Bay wins relatively easily because he is going to be, if he is the starter, which I believe he will be, he needs to be a focal point. You talk about taking a little bit of the load off of number 8. On board with that plan. It needs to be number 2 doing it. I don't think it's going to be Emmanuel Wilson or what's the young guy's name? Brooks that they just signed?
Chris Brooks.
That's going to probably be a little spoiler that's probably going to be my Steinhoffler. But I think Malik Willis needs to be that running threat that will add to it to take a little load off and to soften things up, because I can assure you Tennessee is not going to sit and dilly-dally and play defense the way the Indianapolis Colts did in the first half of that game. They'd be idiots if they did.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right, and that's why on the flip side, I am going to say that they have to find a way to run the ball productively, not as productively as they did against the Colts. There is no way that the Tennessee Titans did not spend the week saying to their defensive players, we are not allowing them to do to us what they did to the Colts. We are not letting that happen. And Simmons in the middle is a stud, right? I mean, he's drawn comparisons to Aaron Donald when people talk about him.
He's a good player now.
Yeah.
He's not Aaron Donald, but he's a good player now.
Right. I would agree. And so my point is simply they have to find a way to run the ball well regardless. And it's not going to be to the tune of 237 first-half yards. But if Jordan Love doesn't play, and I see in the YouTube comments there's a lot of folks that think he's going to, you may be right. Again, I don't want to try and predict whether he plays or not. It was interesting that Steno's comment yesterday, and I think it was Michael that brought this up in the YouTube comments. He said Jordan will tell us if he's going to play or not. And I don't know if that was Steno, I don't know if that was him speaking out of school or if he misspoke or if that's really how it's supposed to go.
Steno ain't afraid to speak out of school.
He ain't got a filter now.
Yeah, he's a Marshfield
Yash didn't
guy.
rise to the occasion.
Marshfield guys don't filter stuff, man. They ain't going to filter that stuff.
It's almost like he's from the potato corridor. So it is curious that if that's what it is, and it ends up being his call.
No, he's playing then.
That would also indicate that don't you have to be cleared in order to make your call yourself? Because the doctors have to make the call.
This be a good time
first.
for you to do a David. This be a good time for you to do a David Gruber read. I know that.
Or you could do a American Family Insurance read. And
Packer fans, it's your call to get Packers sweepstakes. American Family Insurance, they want you to come to a game. They need you to come to a game. And picture this. Hit your very own VIP tailgate. Then cheer on your Packers from jaw-dropping seats. No sound effects from Old T today. Enter the Dream Weekend Sweepstakes to win amazing game tickets, private tailgate, exclusive Jordan Love merch, and much, much more. Don't miss out. Visit amfam.com/Packers to enter. You have to enter by the stroke of midnight Central Standard Time. October 21st. Visit amfam.com/Packers. Well, it is. I mean, it would be... Oh, God, what time would that be? 9:59, I believe, Pacific, if you're out west. I'm not going to get into Hawaii time, or Mountain time would be 10:59, et cetera, et cetera. Dream fearlessly, insure carefully. Yes.
It's time for trivia.
It's one of the easiest contests to enter to win ever, and we make it so challenging on ourselves.
Well, you got the stroke of midnight to get it done.
No, that's wrong.
You're wrong.
Good one. We need to play trivia.
Thanks.
I'm getting some requests in the YouTube chat for you to do like a prairie dog pop-up, so you shrink down behind that, whatever that barricade is that's in front of you.
And then
you pop
do you guys
up.
want, Jesse, can I do a little tour of where I'm at during not this break, obviously, but at some point I'll give you a little tour.
Yeah, we can do that for sure.
It's a nice
okay, just let
pergola.
me know when, and I'll walk around and show you the pergola and the whole valley that we're in.
Give us a 10:15. We'll do a Digi only on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the Wilde and Tausch social feeds.
I'm going to generously
perfect.
give my spot on that Digi only to Chrissy so she can deal with it instead. All right, we need to play trivia. Jesse, what's your category and what caller do you want to have get only one right? Because that's been the trend this week.
Today's trivia category, are you from Nashville? Do you know how the line finishes, Jason? Yeah.
What is that from?
It's like a very common,
Dumb and Dumber.
corny. No, it's not from Dumb and Dumber. It's a very corny
Should have named
pickup.
our show this, from what I hear.
It's a very corny pickup line. Are you from Nashville?
Because you're Nashville hot?
No, that's not it. No,
okay.
Because you're the
That's
only
a type of chicken.
Because you're the only 10 I see. You see?
Oh my
That's
God.
so dumb.
What?
That is
Have
so
you never
dumb.
heard that before? Like,
It's only better if you'd have delivered it in a Boston accent.
are you from
All right.
Nashville, huh? Questions about Nashville, Tennessee in today's trivia.
You're the only 10 I see. Oh, that's clever. I think I had heard that maybe in about 4th grade. All right, let's play trivia. Caller 10C right now. Caller 10, 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. We will play trivia next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Pizza Hut is changing the combo game with the new My Hut Box. Mark Tauscher here and starting at just $6.99. Pizza Hut is now offering the ultimate solo meal. You can have your choice of a personal pan pizza or melts with a side of boneless wings or fries. You get to pick whatever entree inside you want. And you can add a 20-ounce Pepsi for just $1.50 more. The My Hut Box is perfect for a speedy lunch, a relaxing dinner on your own, or any time you're on the go. Order your own My Hut Box today, only from Pizza Hut.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yauk. Pro Football Hall of Famer and former Badgers offensive lineman Joe Thomas appeared on the Jump Around Thursday afternoon and said that as an offensive lineman, he still wouldn't hesitate to come to Wisconsin.
I wouldn't hesitate one bit to come play at Wisconsin in the air raid as an offensive lineman because they're still teaching pro-style techniques. The air raid doesn't bother me the way that Wisconsin's running it, and it's still an offense that has enough variety in their run game that you're going to be a developed and a polished offensive lineman when you leave in 4 years. So that really doesn't bother me.
Get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Offer on September 30th, so visit PellaWI.com today.
Grassland Dairy is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin and sustained by innovation. Since 1904, the Wheatrick family has worked with hundreds of dairy farmers to consistently produce the highest quality dairy products. Grassland's commitment to quality starts with the way their dairy farmers care for their cows and carries through every step of their innovative processing and delivery. They are proud to offer a wide range of reliable and nutritious dairy ingredients. Grassland Dairy is family owned in Wisconsin and has been crafting butter for 5 generations.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Get your hydration on track with Water Joe. Water Joe has 0 calories, 0 sugars, 0 artificial sweeteners, and 0 carbs. Get a 12-pack of 20-ounce bottles of Water Joe at your local Pick and Save or Metro Market. 2 for $10 now until October 12th. Simply purified water infused with a kick of caffeine. A great alternative to sugary sodas, sugary coffee, or energy drink. Get that 12-pack of 20-ounce of Water Joe for $10 through October 12th at your local Pick and Save or Metro Market locations. Hydrate and energize with Water Joe.
Come see what the buzz is all about at Madison Axe, Madison's state-of-the-art entertainment spot. Enjoy 8 lanes of axe throwing, craft beer, interactive games, plus digital target projection and scoring. For even more fun, check out their indoor backyard with 2,000 square feet of shuffleboard, cornhole, yard games, bar table games, and more. Perfect for date night, groups, corporate meetings, or private events. Madison Axe is your destination for all things fun. Throw it, nail it, celebrate. Go to MadisonAxe.com or head to their location on Stoughton Road today.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
I say go, baby, go, go, go. Oh, I say go till you can't go. No more, no more. I say go, baby, go, go, go.
trivia. Let's welcome in our contestants. It is Hugh in Waukesha. A pinkish hue, a rosy glow. Hugh, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Was that a courtesy? That was a courtesy laugh, right? That's a Seinfeld
100%,
reference, but that was a total courtesy.
Total.
All right. Hugh, I appreciate you, buddy. Thanks. Good luck on the trivia. Tiny Tausch out there, Honey, I Shrunk the Tausch, is going to nod along with the answers, even though it's not Wisconsin Geography Wednesday. So if you're on the video stream, you may get a little help from old T. Boy, it sure is bright out there. Question 1, Hugh, is this. Sharing its name with another famous American street, the main road in downtown Nashville features a plethora of bars and live country music venues. And it goes by which of these names? Is it Broadway, Lakeshore Drive, or Oneida Street?
Broadway.
Boom, 1 for 1. Tausch, you ever go out on Broadway in Nashville?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful, fun time.
All right, question 2, Hugh, is this. Which of these Power 4 universities, I'm adjusting to Power 4 instead of Power 5.
That's a change, although the Pac-12's coming back.
We're making a comeback. Which of these Power 4 universities features its main campus located in Nashville? Is it Wake Forest, Vanderbilt, or Baylor?
Vanderbilt.
Wake Forest is in North Carolina. Baylor is in Texas. Indeed, 2 for 2. Vandy in Nashville. All right, question 3, and a chance at our only perfect score of the week, I believe.
Wow.
That would be the case.
Opportunity here, Hugh. Here we go. Flowing through the heart of downtown Nashville. God, this is really nice prose, Jesse.
Poetic.
Flowing through the heart of downtown Nashville, the Tennessee Titans Stadium is located on the banks of which of these rivers? Is it the Holston River, the Pigeon River, or the Cumberland River?
Cumberland.
I did not know that. You did. Well done. Does it have anything to do with the Cumberland Gap?
Thank you.
Are those two related in any way?
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, okay. Dynamite drop in, as Tausch likes to say. Hugh, you're 3 for 3, man. You got 4 entries into Friday's drawing, which is today, so that's coming up a little bit later in the program. And I'm not predicting. I'm not in the prognostication business. But you're the only one with 4 entries in there. So
ESPN Bet would have Hugh as the favorite if they provided odds on the trivia drawing.
And the Titans favored by 3.
There
Hugh,
you
great.
go.
Thanks for playing, buddy. We appreciate you.
All right, love you guys. We'll see you.
And I love you guys on top of it.
We like Big Hugh now. We like some huge.
We like Big Hugh, and we cannot lie. And you like Coors Lights.
Oh, you know that's right. And I love Coors Light for a myriad of reasons. It's cold packaged, it's cold filtered, but I really love the 16-ounce big wide mouth silver bullet with the mountains. I don't know if I can see. You can't see back here, but the mountains back here, beautiful, and they're beautiful on my can. They're blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection. That's why it doesn't matter if I'm in California, Utah, Wisconsin. It is always Coors Light in my hand. Celebrate responsibly, Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Have you been in Utah recently?
Utah's my second favorite state in this union. Oh, I had a great debate last night with some people about the temperature and why Wisconsin is the greatest place to live. And her boyfriend was from, I think, Argentina, and he's a little scared off by the cold temperatures. And it's just, the more you look at it, it's 80 degrees back there, right? In September?
It is. Every day's been the same for 3 weeks.
I just continued. Anyone that's I almost don't want to tell people how great it is, but I do. I'm torn on it. So
were
there you
these
go.
people in your group, or are they just like random people in your orbit that you're just arguing with?
Well, I got us 2 new subscribers to the podcast last night.
Thank you for your service, Grinder.
I would say they're newly into our orbit out here. That's how I would phrase it.
Real quick.
Wood-fired. Let me tell you this: wood-fired pizza truck. Old boy brings it to the house, and he's got it towing it behind, and it's a wood-fired deal. He puts wood in there, gets it coals all hot, and it's like a.
Was it
food
wood or
truck.
coals?
No, it was wood. But you have to get coals in order to start fire, Jason. I don't know if you fully understand fire. Here, I'd show you this. But you make the pizza in a deal, and then you drive off with it when you're done. It's a fascinating deal.
Rustique Pizzeria has the same truck right here in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Pizza pickup is what you're fascinated by?
No, it's a big old wood-fired deal. I just love that big ladle that you put the pizza on. You kind of shimmy it in there.
It's not a ladle. It's like a paddle.
It's what I meant.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Since you're in the same time zone right now, can you text Jason Eck, the head coach of the University of Idaho Vandals?
I texted him a bunch last night. We were chewing the fat. Now that we're on the same time zone, you're right. A lot of conversation last night.
I'm thinking about writing about Tucker Kraft today, and so I know he's busy coaching up his team, but I need like 5 minutes of his time. So
you do that already?
No, it never happened. Never came together.
You don't text him on a Friday before a game.
Well, this is apparently a Thursday night before a game is fine, though.
Yeah, but we're talking about stuff. We're not I'm not like putting his stuff out on the street like you're going to do.
Well, I just want to ask him about.
You know
Tucker
what?
Kraft.
He loves it. Let me tell you something. Coach Eck loves attention. Just text him. He'll get back to you.
All right,
He's
I will.
good about that.
I will, and we will also get to the 10 o'clock hour, which starts in 2 minutes. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
Hi, this is former Badger Pro Football Hall of Famer Joe Thomas. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison. Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out at 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. The Green Bay Packers have never won a regular season game in Nashville against the Tennessee Titans. Will Sunday be the first time they get it done? Not according to ESPN Bet, who lists the Packers as 3-point underdogs heading to Nashville on Sunday. Kickoff is set for noon. Uncertainty on whether quarterback Jordan Love will be able to return from his sprained MCL injury to participate in Sunday's game, or if former Titans quarterback Malik Willis will get a chance at revenge with his former team. Again, Packers-Titans noon Sunday, televised nationally on Fox. Plenty to get you set for the game all day on 100.5 ESPN, including more Wilde and Tausch with ESPN Packers reporter Rob Demovsky scheduled to appear about 25 minutes from right now. Meanwhile, baseball, the Brewers fall 5-1 to the Arizona Diamondbacks last night, still chasing the Phillies and the Dodgers for one of the top 2 spots in the National League standings. Remember, that team gets a first-round bye through the wild card round. Brewers and Diamondbacks back at it tonight. 7:10 first pitch. Stoughton, Mount Orr, Barneveld, Prep Mania on the YouTube channel tonight.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde begins now. We'll get to our prize picks for the weekend here momentarily, but I did get an email from my buddy Chuck. Chuck Cohen, longtime cinematographer out in California, worked on some of my favorite movies, including Without Limits, about Steve Prefontaine. And I wanted you to hear this because this is for you there, buddy.
Okay.
The subject line is 7 a.m. too early on the West Coast. Hello, Jason. As I was listening to your podcast while hanging out in my infrared sauna, I heard old T.
Saunas are good now. Great health benefits. Is Chuck out west?
He is. I think you would
Is
really
he in
like
LA?
Chuck. I think he's in LA, yes.
All right, I'll reach out to him next week. Shoot me his number.
I will definitely do that. I heard old T ask about how early is too early in SoCal. Is 7 a.m. too early? 7 a.m. is too early.
Chuck.
Everything starts up out here between 8 and 10 a.m. unless it's a CVS or a Starbucks.
Yeah.
But the neighborhood coffee shops open at 8, as does Whole Foods.
Yeah, I'm
there
sorry,
are exceptions.
The coffee shop opens at 8?
Yes!
Yeah, that's crazy
what
town.
I thought when I read that
Hey,
sentence.
Chuck, it's really different. Obviously, it's just a different world. A different world. But 8 a.m., I'm sorry. You know, I had Ron and the Key getting after me about being a farmer. 7 a.m. is not early during the week. No, if you want to say weekend, it's early. I'll give you that. But if you're a breakfast spot and you're open at 8 a.m. in the central part of the country, people are going to laugh at you. Out here, it's like, oh yeah, no, the breakfast ain't open until 9. Don't you have to work? Like, well, I don't fully comprehend this whole deal. 9 o'clock breakfast and
They're
coffee?
laid back, dude.
Yeah, bruh.
Chuck's son is a surfer, so he gets up much earlier, apparently, I'm told.
I ain't gonna lie to you, though. I do
told
want
you
to
the
hang with
surfers get up early.
I do want to
did.
hang with Chuck. So if I'm going to get in touch with Chuck.
We'll get you connected. All right, time now for our prize picks of the weekend.
Yes, sir. The projections coming from our friends over at Prize Picks. We did very well last week, Tausch.
Oh, did we ever?
Let's try and replicate some of that success this week. And I have the up-to-the-minute Prize Picks projections as they stand today.
Jesse, I got good news. I went Rodgers more, and I'm going to go Caleb more. So I already have 2
You already won.
in the bank. Well,
Nice,
you're a
Caleb,
winner.
I'm not going to say Caleb for sure, because obviously things can happen, but I feel pretty good about it.
0.5 passing. Yeah, I suppose things could happen.
Mm-hmm.
As of now, Malik Willis is posted on Prize Picks. He is on the board.
Okay.
Malik Willis, more or less than 149 and a half passing yards.
Ooh. I'm going to say more for a reason you probably don't think. I think Green Bay is going to have to throw it a little bit because I think they're going to fall behind early. And I think the way Tennessee's going to stack it, Christian Watson's been very quiet until Sunday. Until Sunday, Jason. Sunday. Christian Watson makes a big play on Sunday, and that's going to kind of springboard Malik Willis into getting more than $150 Sunday afternoon.
If you're not there, you better be dead or in jail, and if you're in jail, break out. That's from The Simpsons.
I was going to say that part didn't make the cut.
Was that Chuck's son, the surfer dude?
I don't know what Chuck
that's
is doing.
Haven't you ever seen a commercial for like a monster truck?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Ask Chuck if he's mixing that cold tub in. Obviously, our good friends at Patio Pleasures, cold tub and the sauna, very good health benefits.
Do they have a Southern California location?
He's got to take the 405 and get down
to
Santa
Jesse,
Monica.
It's funny you say that. We went out to a great dinner Wednesday night, and it was like super, I didn't love the fact it's like super tight. Like, everybody's sitting next to each other.
What'd you wear?
Well, what did I wear? A polo.
Hat?
no hat, polo. It's funny because Sarah thinks that I wore slacks that weren't jeans, and I think they're dressy. And she goes, those pants aren't dressy, right? And I'm like, well, there's no design on them. They're gray. Yes, they're dressy.
Dressy for you, for sure.
Super irritating. But anyways, we're sitting there, and our friends that we're out here with, they're asking the guy next to us questions about his dish. And then we're heading down. Obviously, I'm going down to LA in the next week to prep for the USC game, everything else. And it turned into an SNL skit. She's like, oh, you got to take the 405 to the blah, 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 blah. People in California love talking about the highway system. I don't know why, but that's an SNL skit that is real. Continue.
I'm being told in the YouTube comments that you're shrinking. So you're apparently getting even smaller.
I'm literally haven't moved. Nothing has moved.
Now you do look smaller, I have to be honest. Now that I look, did you scooch back your chair a little bit?
I didn't touch anything. So I don't know what that could be.
Okay. I'm sorry, what was the
149 and a half passing yards for Malik Willis is where this started.
I'm going to take fewer. Next.
It's less or more. There's no fewer.
It should be fewer. It should be more or fewer.
Well, why don't you start your own app and then you can do that?
And then I can tell you to run your game.
All right.
Josh Jacobs, what are you doing here? More or less than 77.5 rushing yards for the
Carry
Packers.
The ball 40
back.
times.
77.5 rushing yards. Dude, Tausch, you going to take that?
Jesse, that's really good, by the way.
Yeah. You have to. You saw what he did last week. Obviously, Tennessee's going to be more resistant than what we saw against Indy. But, yes, he's going to get 20-some touches, and he needs to average more than 3 a touch. If he does that, he's going to be over 77. So, yeah, I'm going more on that.
I'm going to go more also. Just for them to even be in this game, he has to go more than that. And we will see if they're actually capable of that. I do think it's going to be a challenge. There's no... I don't want to act like they're going to be able to do what they did against the Colts. I mentioned Simmons earlier. This is a much better defense. And frankly, their pass defense, I think, is ranked number 1 in the league coming in. So I'll be curious to see how effectively Malik Willis and company can get the ball into the air if it comes to that. Of course, many people think that Jordan Love is going to start. So I will go more there. Next.
So this is interesting. None of the Packers wide receivers are on the board yet. So I can't
blame them for that.
Can't give you a Christian Watson or a Jaden Reed, not knowing exactly what the game plan will be for who's throwing them the football. So instead,
what's Daniel Jones at? I've been riding the Daniel Jones train.
I'll get old DJ for you in a minute here.
Yeah. Going less on Daniel Jones has been very good to old T.
Instead of the 149.5 passing yards, you could instead opt for Malik Willis 33.5 rushing yards. Do you like that one better, Tausch?
Yeah, I think more on that. He has to. If he is going to be your starter, which it sounds, according to Jason, he will be. He's got to get out of the pocket. He's got to make some plays with his legs, and I think that's something he's good at. Yes, if the Packers are going to win, that number needs to be blown through probably by the second quarter.
He had 41 rushing yards last week.
Yeah.
What does he have to get, in your opinion? Like 70 rushing yards?
I said between 50 and 75 is where I think he needs to settle in. I really think it needs to be a couple of third down pickups and then one big old run. I don't think he needs to be doing like what they do with Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, some of these quarterback designed power plays. I don't want that. I want bootlegs where he's out on the edge and he can make a read, put pressure on the defense that way, and then just avoid the rush and scramble and go make a play. Because if I'm Tennessee, I'm not letting him pat the ball. I'm bringing heat. I'm going to see, is he going to read it right and make the right decision? And if he does, it's going to be big plays on the other end of it, which is, what we saw a couple times last week.
Heat up that cat. Yeah, I'm going to go fewer. Less. Jesse, you got one more, or are we done?
I do. Just for Tausch, Daniel Jones, 184.5 passing yards this week for Daniel Jones.
Yeah, they keep dropping that number. Who do they play?
They play the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, I'm going to go less. I think I'm going to go less on that, too. I'm going to ride that train till the wheels fall off.
All right, now the real last one for you, though. Will Levis of the Titans, more or less than 202.5 passing yards against the Packers defense.
Oh, that better be less. That better be
less. Do the Packers lose if it's more?
Well, again, I know Jesse hates this. How many turnovers go with that 200? Because if they're behind and he's winging it all over the place, he can throw for 250 and stink. So I don't really care about that. And I think this is going to be a close game. So I think they're going to keep the ball out of his hands until they can't. So I think that's about where he's going to land. He'll be in that 190 to 220 range. If he's more than that, I would think that's a good sign for the Green Bay Packers. If he's 240 plus, that means things have gone the way you're hoping. And he's got to wing it around all over the place. And that probably means 2 to 3 picks with a potential Strack that comes into play.
The Tennessee Titans are 0-2 in his first 2 games. Will Levis, 19 of 32 for 127 with 1 touchdown and 2 picks, and 19 of 28 for 192 yards with 1 touchdown and 1 pick. So he's got 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. Not a good passer rating, not a good season so far for Will Levis, who they drafted to replace
right now,
Malik Willis.
Jason, he's not a good quarterback. He makes bad decisions. He's an athlete. I mean,
he's got a Mayo deal.
I'm not worried about I ain't worried. Yeah, it's actually really well done too. Like his Mayo deal is very well done.
All right. Well, whoever you're picking, whether it's Will Levis or Malik Willis or Malik Heath, whoever it may be, if you're playing Prize Picks, you're not competing against anyone but the projections.
That is true. It's the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. And like Jason said, just you against the numbers. All you do, pick more or less on 2 to 6 players. I went with 4 last week. I'm going to probably go 3 this week. And it's fun. You can win. Play $5. You get a $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Win or lose, you get that $50. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WI for a first deposit match up to $100. Code WI on Prize Picks for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks. Run
your
game.
Your Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week are next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, and you know I'm feeling good on this Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. It's officially one of the most favorite times of the year for sports fans. Just like Holman Lindsay is my favorite place to go for any paint project, because there's only one paint in Wisconsin made for Wisconsin's weather, and that's Holman Lindsay quality paints. Brush it, roll it, however you want to use it. Remember.
All right, Tausch, so you're going to give us a little tour of what you got
that's
going
the camera.
on.
All right, yeah, so we're out at a beautiful little winery out here in the Northern California region, but this is what I want you to see, this bocce ball court. You see that? Can you see that, Jesse?
I love some good, well, your thumb's in the way now.
Yeah, I know.
Bocce, love that.
What is this now? What just happened?
Oh, we lost
you. Can you still see it?
Oh, boy. No, we cannot.
What is going on? Now can you?
Yeah, we got you again.
Okay, so see that bocce? And Jesse, can you help me out here? So let's say we did couples and we played 2-on-2. Is it the ball closest to the peloton, and then you get 2 points, and then if the other ball, you get 3, and then if the other team gets it, you only get 1 net? Is that how it works?
The way that we have always played is closest gets 1, and you get 2 if both of yours are closest, but you do get an extra point for hitting Penelope.
Yeah, the peloton. Our Penelope.
Yeah, that's still not the right.
Okay, So here, okay, Jesse, since you're going to help me with this.
Yeah, Jason left for the tour, so that's too bad.
Do you know what grapes what kind of wine these make?
No, I don't.
Here. I believe this is a Zin or a Cab, a Sauvignon Blanc. I think this might be a Sauvignon Blanc. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't think that's the name of that wine, Tausch.
Sauvignon Blanc? No, I think it is. So here you see this. I think so they call this time of the year harvest, Jesse. That means they're harvesting the grapes
sense. Yeah, sure.
to make wine, and that's this time of year. So it's a busy time out here in NorCal. But it's just amazing.
Great view of your thumb here on the video.
Oh, my thumb again?
Yeah. It's really
Now can you see the rose?
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's great.
So isn't it just? It's really amazing to me. Like, we all like drinking wine. I don't think we realize the amount of work. Look at how you have to maintain, harvest, and you see the little hillside up there. See that?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
What do you mean, kind of?
Oh, it kind of looks like you behind that table you've been sitting at all day. It's kind of off in the distance.
Oh yeah, what's out there? So, but just it's an amazing deal. The amount of work and effort that goes into this is pretty crazy. So, anything else you want to see before we have to go back?
Well, you mentioned like the mountains and the rolling hills, and it looks like you just kind of got one that's kind of like a nice hill back there. There's no actual mountains where you are, though.
Yeah, no, it's back there. See, there's that marine layer that's going. You see that?
No.
What do you mean you can't? It's right back there.
Our video froze during the tour here, so we're just getting the. I thought you were just standing in one place.
Oh, so you see it there?
There. Okay, now we're back. Yeah.
Okay.
Angle it down a little bit. Down there. Oh, very nice. Yeah, that's cool.
See that, the marine layer? So, anyways, that's just a little glimpse of where we're at for today. We're wrapping up. Today's our last day here. So the grapes, these grapes look like they're, very well harvested or very well done.
Not harvested yet. Harvest is going on. Oh.
So that's my little tour.
A very nice tour. Where's the
Anything
fire?
else you want to see?
You still have the fire going.
Oh yeah, fire's rolling.
That's wonderful. All right. Well, thank you for the wine country tour. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, and look at there's your bocce, a little bocce set. You see that?
Yeah, that's very nice. Are you gonna?
Yeah.
I'll take one of those as a gift. I don't know if Steinhoffel sells those like they do shuffleboard.
Are you a big
tables,
bocce? So you need a bocce set?
No, we bought a brand new bocce set for up north. Number one.
I might get you.
Game.
Maybe I'll get you a croquet set this Christmas.
That'd be wonderful. We could use a new one of those. We got ours at a rummage sale, so we could use that.
All right.
All right. That's the Digi. That concludes the tour. We'll be back with the show in 10 seconds.
All right. That's pretty good timing.
There he is, Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Give me one reason to steer, and I'll turn right back around. You can see me turning. Give me one reason to steer, and I'll turn right back around. You can see me turning. Said I don't wanna leave you lonely. You gotta make me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that you were gonna do the Digi-only tour.
I just showed you bocce ball court that we got. I showed you the grapes. Went over different
grapes of wrath,
Cabernet Sauvignon Blanc, the different grapes, the harvesting. I showed Jesse the marine layer that's burning off so it's going to look for the next 45 minutes. It's going to look like it gets darker as the marine layer is burning. Yeah. And then it will get bright around 11:30 again. So
very strange, yeah, unexpected. No, I forgot that you were going to go on the tour. I came just in time to catch you showing off the bocce field.
Yeah,
and Penelope, the tiny ball that's not really named Penelope.
Yeah, we had some controversy with that last night too. So.
All right. Well, there's always controversy when it comes to our Steinhoffel's Sleepers of the Week.
Yeah, who won last week?
Not you, according to 565
I don't know.
Collective.
Klinkster. I think Klinkster is now him and Jerry.
He's a great arbiter, is what he is.
They're very tight with Jesse, and I'm getting a little nervous about their unbiased opinion because there's no way. Who did you even pick, Jesse, last week?
I had Emmanuel Wilson last.
5 carries, 9 yards.
And that beat Lucas Van Ness's tackle for loss in the backfield. Like, what are we doing
here? He also had a
15-yard
penalty, bro.
Yeah, but that was a garbage call, and they know that.
Did they make the call or not?
Doesn't matter that it's a garbage call.
I don't remember.
Facts are facts. I think what we're experiencing here is somebody who's run his game in the Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week for the last 7 years.
Some might say.
And now he's had to give up the judgment of who wins every week, and he's on the ropes.
Although there's no denying that you're shrinking with whatever you're doing with your camera.
Okay, that's good.
You're going to be talking like this by the end of the segment.
Here's the deal. I trust our analytics firm. I don't agree with their thing, but I am not going to be a dictator and fire everybody unless this week goes the way last week goes. Boys, get your stuff together over at the analytics firm. I feel like you're getting a little Jesse heavy.
Get your stuff together and get ready to move it out of the brick and mortar building because the dictator is going to get rid of you.
Threatening the officials is the way he's
Nobody's
go
threatening
here.
them. I'm just saying. I appreciate the work.
What did you just
How
say
did I
to
threaten
them?
them? Okay, I said make sure you take a little bit deeper dive. You're telling me a dude with 5 carries for 9 yards is better than a guy that made a huge play in the game? Get out of here.
And got whistled for a 15-yard penalty. All right,
Did that affect it? It didn't.
There's no controversy when it comes to our great relationship with Steinhoffels. We're so happy they have been with us from the beginning. I was telling you earlier in the week about what they're doing with Special Spaces Wisconsin, which every time the Packers score a field goal, it's another $1,000 donated to Special Spaces, which designs bedrooms for kids fighting cancer. They also always have great deals, and if you're looking to make over your home, now is the best time during Steinhoffel's Buy More, Save More sale. You don't want to buy fewer or less. You want to buy more. And you could save $100 when you spend $1,999 or more, $200 on purchases of $3,999 or more, and $350 when you spend about $5,000. That's the beauty of the Buy More, Save More sale. And Steinhoffels always has your largest selection of the newest styles ready for your home. And with 60-month special financing, it's easier than ever to make your dream home a reality. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Time now for the Steinhoffels Sleepers of the Week.
Don't sleep, you gotta stay up.
Hey there, sleepyhead. Wakey, wakey. Okay, campers, rise and shine. It's time for the Steinhoffel Sleepers of the Week on Wilde and Tausch.
All right, since the dictator is in California, we will let him go first because it's still only 8:30 a.m. there.
Yeah, I'm torn now because do I keep riding the LVN train? I can't.
Well, it's working for you.
He's not getting me dubs, and now this week Jesse will take him and he'll have 2 sacks, and then I'm going to be sitting there. But I won't complain because the analytics firm will actually get that one right. I do think Green Bay is going to have to be very efficient running the football, and it can't just be Josh Jacobs. So I just don't know how much they're going to play Brooksy, and I don't want to Wildy this. Play somebody that doesn't even dress. So with all that said, I'm going right back to the horse. Lucas Van Ness is going to have his week. Rashawn Gary's going to get doubled because their right tackle struggles a little bit in pass pro. Tennessee's right tackle. LVN's going to get loosened up. He's going to make 2 or 3 big plays, and I think this week the Academy will get it right, unlike last week. I'm giving the Academy redemption. I'm giving myself redemption. I'm giving Lucas Van Ness redemption. Lucas Van Ness, my Steinhoffels Sleeper of the Week.
Lucas Van Ness through 2 games. The Green Bay Packers have played 132 defensive snaps.
He's not getting the reps that I'm hoping for.
He has played 39.
Not as many. That's why he's a sleeper.
29.6% of the snaps, and that is what makes him, for the first time in the history of Tausch playing this game, a legitimate Sleeper of the Week choice. All right, Jesse, who are you taking?
When you're playing with a lead, you can go out on a little more of a limb. And since I am the top dog coming into the contest here in week 3, I am going to do that. Malik Willis is going to want... I'm guessing Malik Willis is starting at quarterback. That's what I would do if I was the Packers. And Malik Willis is going to want some revenge. He's going to want to put up a touchdown pass or 2 against his former team. So somebody's got to catch a touchdown pass from Malik Willis, in my mind, in this game. I'm going to go Luke Musgrave as my Sleeper of the Week this week. Because he's been very, very, very quiet early in the season here. I think if you get to a goal-to-go situation, multiple tight ends in, everybody's going to think they're going to run the football. I'm torn whether I want to go Ben Sims or Luke Musgrave. I'm going to go Musgrave because I have him in one of my fantasy teams. I'm going to try to double dip with a win there. So Musgrave is my Steinhoffel Sleeper of the Week.
I like it. Tausch mentioned earlier interceptions. And we're going to talk to Rob Demovsky And he's going to explain how you can get a half of an interception, as Matt LeFleur asked him about earlier in the week. Somebody's going to get a pick. Carrington Valentine has been sharing snaps with 2021 first-round pick Eric Stokes. Carrington Valentine has not practiced yet this week. He may practice today, but he has an ankle injury. I'm guessing he will be questionable at best and ruled out at worst from this game, which means Stokey could end up playing the whole game. And I think Eric Stokes is going to get a pick. And while he's a first-round draft pick like Lucas Van Ness, he definitely qualifies as a sleeper because he has been ceding snaps to Valentine. Valentine played more than he did last week against the Colts. So I'm going to go Eric Stokes as my Steinhoffel sleeper of the week. Did Chrissy pick one in the studio with you there, Jesse?
She did not.
Well, did you want to let her choose one?
Yeah, you going to let her, or are you...
Dictator.
She's got to do the research. Big research. Chrissy's big on the research and the stats and the information.
She's never going to succeed here, then.
All the things I'm very poor at. She's very detailed.
Hasn't the show been... Have we not been... Again, you guys know I'm struggling with the time zone. Haven't we been here 2 hours?
1 hour and 35 minutes.
And I know Chrissy looks
like
at the show sheet. She knows. It does. She knows that's that. All right, we'll give her. We'll throw her a break. She could go ahead and pick. What does she want to do? It like Sunday morning? When does she do it?
We've literally never had the producer in training pick a sleeper before, but here we are. So
let's changing it up a little bit.
Yeah, we'll get Chrissy's sleeper pick coming up. How about that? When I get the,
all right.
I still gotta get this Quay Walker audio ready from an hour ago that I was asked. A lot going on back here.
Yeah, very busy. Very what a leader.
Producer school. Yeah.
What a great example you set for all of our young up and coming.
This is when you complain to the host that you're doing too much.
You're funny.
That's one thing. That's one thing you don't need to remind yourself of, Jesse.
Speaking of guys that do a lot, Rob Demovsky, who you can see on TV, you can hear across ESPN Wisconsin, including this show, and you can certainly read him at ESPN.com and ESPNWisconsin.com. He is scheduled to appear next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Well, whether you're hosting a huge party for a big Saturday or Sunday of football, or you're in search of the perfect solo meal for an afternoon watching the games on the couch, Pizza Hut has the perfect selection for you to choose from. You know all about Pizza Hut's fantastic lineup of pizza, which I've told you I've enjoyed, going all the way back to the days of the Book It program that I loved so much when I was in school. But now, Pizza Hut is changing the combo game with the new My Hut Box. It's the ultimate solo meal. Starting at just $6.99, you can have your choice of a personal pan pizza or melts with a side of boneless wings or fries. You get to pick whatever entree inside you want, and you can add a 20-ounce Pepsi for just $1.50 more. Order the My Hut Box today, only from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. Every Tuesday at 12:30, streaming live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Don't miss the ESPN Wisconsin Media Poll Rankings Reveal Show. We unveil the top 10 teams in the large division and small division all around the state. That's every Tuesday at 12:30, streaming live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. The ESPN Wisconsin Media Poll Rankings Reveal Show.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what you need when you've been in a serious truck accident. Call Gruber Law Offices. We've successfully helped people injured by big trucks for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hi, this is Wayne Larrabee for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is partnering with Special Spaces Wisconsin and the Green Bay Packers to create dream bedrooms for children battling cancer all across Wisconsin. This season, every time the Packers make a field goal, Steinhoffels will donate $1,000 to Special Spaces Wisconsin. Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader since 1934, is 100% employee-owned, and is a proud partner of the Green Bay Packers.
Want to join the fastest growing home solar company in the nation and work in the fastest growing industry in the world? Everlight Solar has open positions in the Madison area and in their newly open Milwaukee location. As Wisconsin's largest home solar company, Everlight Solar offers great opportunities to gain new skills and advance your career. Don't miss the chance to join the Everlight Solar team. Visit everlightsolar.com to apply today. Save money, save the planet, and start with Everlight Solar.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Jeff Levering here. How are baseball and Pella windows and doors of Wisconsin alike? Pella manufactures all their own products. Baseball teams develop their own players in the minors. Pella tests every product thousands of times to ensure it stands the test of time. A baseball player's ultimate test is to get called up to the big leagues, hoping to play well enough to stay. Right now at Pella, get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Certain restrictions apply. It ends September 30th. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at Tito'sVodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Time now to talk to our guy. No, sorry. Tausch claiming that maybe Tom Silverstein is still in the mix for that top spot. We know that's not true. Our guy is Rob Demovsky of ESPN.com. Rob, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, Jace. How are you?
I'm great. Oh, you got a really nice golf polo on today. Are you dressing up
looks
for?
Good.
You going to play, or are you just looking swell?
Just trying to brighten it up.
Well, you are always a ray of sunshine for me. I am curious, before we get to your story on ESPN.com and ESPNWisconsin.com, where is your gut at on Jordan Love playing? Because you created a bit of a stir, as you are known to do, Zach Tom, Pro Football Hall of Famer. There's been more than a few examples throughout the time that you've been part of our team. Where you say stuff and it gets sound graphed and it goes viral.
He didn't give me that good grease last week, though. I tried to get him sound graphable. He wouldn't give it to me.
I'm proud of him for avoiding that. But you said that it wasn't a charade last week. Right. And then that got everybody thinking, oh, Jordan's playing this week, man. If he was really close last week. And then as I start to follow along with our YouTube comments, which can't be a good idea long-term, but short-term seems like it might be helpful, someone pointed out the way Steno answered our question yesterday about how will you know if Jordan's ready, and he said Jordan will tell us, which is not the same as the doctors will tell us.
Yep.
What are your expectations? What's your feeling about the Packers starting quarterback on Sunday in Nashville?
Yeah, I thought Steno's comment was really interesting at the time, and the more I thought about it, I think they're leaving it up to him, possibly. Matt LeFleur always says, well, first things first, he has to be medically cleared. Well, he was medically cleared to return to practice, okay?
Correct.
Not the same as being medically cleared to return to the game, but certainly when you practice 2 days in a row, one day, the second day of which is in pads, would seem to suggest that he's on the right track. Now, I have this sneaking suspicion that when we get out there in about an hour and 15 minutes, that Jordan Love won't be practicing today. And hear me out on this.
Yeah.
This is juicy.
It could be one of two reasons. No, it could be one of two reasons, and I don't know which it is. It could be he's got through the first 2 days. He's feeling good. They don't want to have any sort of setback that would deter him from being cleared to play or him feeling like he can play on Sunday. Or it could be that they don't intend to play him, so they're going to give the last day of practice of the week all to Malik Willis.
Diabolical.
I don't know. Now, maybe we'll get out there and Jordan Love will do the same limited work that he has done so far. But I guess I avoided your question, Jason. I have no idea if he's going to play or not. I really don't. I think that the Packers are in a position that they hope he plays. They think
hope is not a strategy.
They think it's possible that he will play or may play, but it's certainly not a sure thing.
Okay. Tausch, what do you got out there in California?
Why are you on a rooftop out there in a vineyard or something?
I'm not, Rob. I'm not as well versed in camera work as you are. You got it right there with your golf polo on.
Hey, I got lights up here. See, I got studio lights.
Yeah, you look good. It looks
good. You need to clean up your desk.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Rob. So we don't know if Jordan Love's going to play. We think, Jason and I both think it's going to be Malik. Sounds like you're leaning that way, but you're not going to go out on that limb because you've learned lessons. How sustainable? Where do you think that Josh Jacobs ratio is going to be? Because if he ain't playing, the formula, we saw it last week.
Right.
Is that a sustainable formula for this football team?
No, I don't think so, Tausch. And I thought last week that the number would be under 20 for throws for Malik. I don't know if you would have said 15 if I would have gone under that. I think it's going to have to be closer to 20 this week. And the one thing I will say is that Malik showed something that I wasn't sure if any quarterback thrown into that situation could do, and that's handle the football. And I don't even think they came close to dealing with a play clock issue, at least not that I can recall. That to me is remarkable and shows that he was able to handle the mechanics of things. And, not that you want him throwing it 25 or 30 times, but I think he showed that he can do a little bit more of it. Now, if you don't get a lead early, then that whole plan might not have even worked last week. So I don't think you're going to see. I would think you'd see Josh Jacobs' carries go from about 32 to 24, and Malik Willis's attempts go from about 14 to 19 or 20.
Okay. I'll buy what you're saying. And I think running the football, you're going to maybe see a little more Malik if that's what they end up going with. But that's the beauty, and that's why they're playing subterfuge, is to keep Tennessee guessing. Yeah. All right, defensively, a lot of Quay Walker talk. I know Jason brought that up with Halley yesterday. What have you seen so far from Quay?
Yeah, every time that there's a scheme change, and it doesn't happen very often, but I go back to when Dom came in and 2009. There's always
Aaron Campman.
There's always one player that seems like may not be a perfect fit, and it was Aaron Campman in that season, and I believe he ended up leaving the next year or the year after to go to Jacksonville. And I'm not saying Quay doesn't fit this, but I wonder if Quay doesn't fit how they're using him and where he's playing right now. And I don't pretend to know the difference between all these, middle linebacker, Sam, Will. I didn't get into this to necessarily break down.
You're more of a punting guy. You and McAfee.
Yeah. But I do wonder if there's a way, and I'm not saying you just put Clay as an edge rusher or something like that, but I do wonder if there's a way to get him in better position. And to me, that's the charge of the coaching staff.
So before Jason jumps back in, do you think right now, because Jason has been enamored with Wilson, both his play on the field and his physique, which is still really
Chiseled.
weird, but
Yeah.
whatever. Is he going to hold off Cooper? He loves him. Is he going to be –
I do.
Do you think that Cooper, when we start talking about November, December, you obviously like him. They drafted him second round.
Yeah.
Is he going to be a player in this, or is Wilson and everybody going to hold off? If there's no injuries, is Edgerrin Cooper going to be a player for this team this year?
Yeah, here's what I think, Tausch. I think that, Eric Wilson has solidified his spot in the base, but that's only 8, 10, 12 plays a game.
Right.
And I think that's going to be his role. I think there are going to be times in the nickel that instead of it being Quay Walker and Isaiah McDuffie, it could be Quay Walker and Edgerrin Cooper. I think that, in fact, we saw that a bunch in camp, just like we saw at times when they went nickel in the secondary. You saw Javon Bullard go down to the slot and Evan Williams play safety. I think they have to figure out how to play all these guys and get them all on the field, which I know, Jason, you asked a bunch of questions about that. You made the analogy that it's not, fifth grade booster club basketball where, the minutes are even, but they have.
Rob, if Wilde's coaching that fifth grade hoops, he's putting his kids out there at the end of the game to win. So even that question maybe is a little disingenuous. Yeah.
Yeah, he better be. Because I tell you, Tausch, if I told a parent this once in 7th, 8, and 9-year-old baseball that if there's a scoreboard on the field, we're playing to win. So
nobody's done. That's why your kids are world-class athletes, Rob. That's why they're
that and Jessica's genes. In fairness, Rob and I are built a little bit differently in some ways. Love him like a brother. I don't follow that same program. All right, finish your thought.
I just think they're in a position where they, until they get some more injuries, which they're going to happen. Right. And Tausch, that all that sort of stuff takes care of itself organically with injuries. That eventually they're going to need these guys. So getting them some opportunities now to play handfuls of snaps, play a series here and a series there, I think will be great in the long run when you inevitably have to play those guys in a role. And sometimes, Tausch, it. Sometimes a guy goes in as an injury replacement, and Edgerrin Cooper takes over, and they never get the get the job back.
Little Pip City, USA.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Could happen on Wisconsin's Morning News on WTMJ again on Monday. All right, Rob, 2 things before we let you go and you get out to practice, since I don't go and we rely on you for that information because I have a radio show to do. 1, Tausch mentioned your affinity for punting. I was looking at the stats, and as good as you and I think Daniel Whelan is, there's a hell of a lot of other punters that are good too, it would appear.
Yeah.
But what do you make of what a weapon he has turned out to be?
Well, I'm going to take you behind the curtain at ESPN here for a second. We had an assignment this week that went along with the power rankings every week, and there's always a
By the way, Rob, y'all's power rankings suck this week.
Yeah.
Green Bay wins and they drop 3 spots. What are you doing
I should vote more. I think I forgot to vote this week.
That makes sense.
Anyway, the assignment was pick the role player who's had the biggest contribution so far through 2 games. Of course, you know me. Who did I pick, Jason? Daniel Whelan.
You picked Daniel Whelan.
And they rejected it. They said, punters aren't role players. They're primary players. And I was like, oh, okay. I finally have made an impact on someone. So I ultimately went with Eric Wilson.
Body beautiful.
I see the game
through God.
Jeff Tapley sees the game through defensive backs. Matt LeFleur sees it through quarterbacks. I see it through the guys standing back there waiting to catch it and kick it.
All right,
he's been outstanding, and he could be a guy who does this for 8 to 10 years.
All right, before you go, and I don't want to cut your punter talk short, but I have heard you use the line from Airplane 2 so many times that it wasn't until yesterday that I realized it was from Airplane 2 again. I thought it was just a Demovskyism. You love to say when someone asks for your impression of something, I'm sorry, I don't do impressions. My training is in journalism. Yeah. And yet yesterday on television, Rob Demovsky did an imitation. Here it is for everyone to enjoy.
Laura, I don't typically do impressions. My training is in reporting, but I'm going to do my best Matt LeFleur impression of what he said today when we asked him what Jordan Love was able to do in practice. LeFleur said he was limited. That's what he said yesterday. He was limited. If you haven't guessed, he's being non-committal about this. However, I was told that last week when they listed him as questionable, that was not just a charade.
Well, the ending, you stick the landing, too.
That he could actually have played last week. As for what we saw today, they were in pads. This was their padded day today. Jordan Love was out there doing limited work. I asked LeFleur if that was a big step, and he said any day that Jordan is out there is a good day. As for tomorrow, Laura, that's when we'll get the status reports for the game, and don't be surprised if Jordan Love is listed as limited and questionable.
I kind of I didn't practice how I was going to say questionable. I kind of, the landing, the judges took off a couple points there.
Well, Laura gave you a courtesy laugh regardless, because that's how good you are and you deserved it.
Someone go Google or YouTube Airplane 2 courtroom scene when that's where I stole the inspiration from.
Yeah, Jesse's got that side by side already.
He's on top of it. He's very good about that sort of thing.
He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Rob, let us know what happens at practice and let us know how limited Jordan Love appears or if he appears at all. Thanks, buddy.
Will do. We'll see you.
All right, that is Rob Demovsky. He is headed to Packers practice, which will kick off while we're still on the air here. Tausch, if you want, because I know it's getting a little cloudy. It's probably going to get a little dark out there next.
It's going to get a little darker pretty soon.
Maybe you should tell us a little bit about Fortria now, just so you have some flexibility in your schedule.
And if you need a little flexibility with your pocketbook and need a little more cash, Fortria's got you covered. Healthy adults ages 18 to 60. Body mass index 18 to 32. Study 2 stays, 15 nights, 7 follow-ups, $13,820 for your time and participation. Head over to FortriaClinicalTrials.com. That's Fortria, Fortrea, clinicaltrials.com.
More next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Jesse Nelson here, and do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every single day? I'm here to share that secret with you. It's Madison Weight Loss and MadisonWeightLoss.com. Their unique weight loss program makes it easy to lose weight, get healthy, and get your energy back naturally, safely, and effectively. If you'd like to lose unhealthy fat without counting points, no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no surgery, and definitely no injections with the risk of serious side effects, just go to MadisonWeightLoss.com to schedule a free consultation in person or virtually. That's what I did, and I'm over 30 days into the program now, closing in on that 60-day mark, and I am already down 27 pounds, closing in on 30, which is incredible. When I first started this thing a month and a half ago, I was like, I'm hoping I could get to 30. I'm going to surpass 30. I got a chance to hit 40 by the time the 60 days is done. Many clients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's right where I was at the 30-day mark. That's up to a pound a day. And for your free private weight loss consultation, call 608-774-7241 or go to MadisonWeightLoss.com. That's MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yauk. Hall of Famer and former Badgers offensive lineman Joe Thomas appeared on the Jump Around Thursday afternoon and said that as an offensive lineman, he still wouldn't hesitate to come to Wisconsin.
I wouldn't hesitate one bit to come play at Wisconsin in the air raid as an offensive lineman because they're still teaching pro-style techniques. The air raid doesn't bother me the way that Wisconsin's running it, and it's still an offense that has enough variety in their run game that you're going to be a developed and a polished offensive lineman when you leave in 4 years.
Get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Offer on September 30th, so visit PellaWI.com today.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Toscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. If you need a bath or shower remodel, turn to Kohler Services. Family-owned business for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get $1,000 off and 0% interest for 12 months on your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Hi, I'm John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. I've been here for over 4 decades now, and I can tell you here at Goodman's Jewelers, we pride ourselves on high standards, classic traditions, honesty, and integrity. We're a small independent jeweler with a great history, so you'll find us more personal than other big-name jewelers. Find Goodman's Jewelers in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
We're on the Packers.
Jaden Reed just keeps showing you that he's an explosive playmaker.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
That's what being a number one receiver is about.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
All right, we've momentarily lost Tausch, but I'm sure he'll be back. Apparently there's some lighting issues there on the winery. So, Jesse, you're going to play my question and answer with Jeff Hafley. I tried to be nice because I think there was probably a harsher way to ask this question. I want you to critique. You and Chrissy together can critique my question.
Oh, gladly. Here we go.
Hey, Jeff, where is Quay 2 games into your system compared to where he could be eventually? I know you really like how he fits what you do, but he's had some moments, right?
Yeah, we've all had moments. I mean, I've had moments. I love where Quay's at, and not where Quay could be, where Quay is going to be. Ooh. I love that even more. There's some plays you turn on now, and you're like, wow. I mean, look at that. That's exactly what we're talking about. You're also talking about a guy who's playing in a totally different scheme, right? And he's seeing a lot of different things for the first time. And the way he works, I mean, the way he practiced today, I mean, I'm really excited for where he is going to be. And I'm very, very pleased with him right now and very confident in him.
So that was the nicest defensive answer I've gotten in a while, right?
That's
Not
a good
where
way to
he
describe
could
it.
be, where he's going to be. What'd you think of the question?
I didn't think there was anything wrong with the question.
I didn't think so either. I thought it was being nice.
What I think when I hear that, when you get that type of response for a question that's not necessarily ill-intended is Jeff Hafley knows that Quay Walker either hasn't been living up to expectations or hasn't developed since he's taken over the way that he wants him to, and he's interpreting what you're implying without you actually saying it. And so he's getting defensive, standing up for his guy 2 weeks into the season, even though nothing was really said that was like any kind of attacking toward him. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And I think he his line about how we've all had our moments. I had moments. Yeah, but Quay, the expectation is, and whether it's fair or not, he's a first-round pick. And that's what happens. and we can bring A.J. Hawk when he's not on the McAfee show onto our show, and he can talk about that, he had a good career in Green Bay, but in the eyes of many, it was not what you want from a guy that was the 5th overall pick. Now, you look at that draft, and there were a lot of guys that were not what you wanted as a top 10 pick from that draft. That was not a great draft. But the bottom line is that expectations matter, and there are expectations on Quay Walker. And to Rob's point earlier, I do think that there's an argument to be made that he should be playing the will linebacker where he flows more, and the middle linebacker is a tackling machine, and maybe that Isaiah McDuffie is more well-suited for that spot. But that's not how Jeff Hafley views it right now. All right, that is the end of the 10 o'clock hour. We will kick off the 11 o'clock hour. It's kind of like one of those, like, when you put those two pictures next to each other, and then you have to see in the Highlights magazine when you were growing up what's different. Chrissy's over there going, what's Highlights magazine? The reality is you're going to notice something different when we kick off the 11 o'clock hour. Let's see if you can pick it out.
Let's see if Old T's good to go. That's important to find out here.
That's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott Garrett and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
This is former Wisconsin linebacker Chris Orr. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a good Karma Brands radio station on Wisconsin.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania. Another week of the high school football season tonight, exclusively streaming on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Good old-fashioned rivalry. The Vikings and the Vikings, Stoughton and Mount Horeb Barneveld. Coverage starts at 6:30, kickoff at 7 o'clock. Streaming exclusively on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. And that's only part of a busy weekend in Wisconsin sports, especially in Madison. Volleyball playing Friday and Saturday night at VW Fieldhouse. Night one of a back-to-back tonight for the 7th-ranked Badgers hosting Troy at the Fieldhouse. Pre-game coverage starts at 6:30. First serve just after 7 right here on Madison's home of Wisconsin Badgers volleyball. 100.5 ESPN. Texas A&M tomorrow night, same time. 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock first serve. The Milwaukee Brewers, they fall 5-1 last night to the Arizona Diamondbacks, still trying to pursue a top 2 spot in the NL standings behind the Dodgers and Phillies. Made it a little tougher for themselves last night. Brewers and Diamondbacks with the second of their 4-game weekend set tonight at AmFam Field, 7:10 first pitch. And of course, the Green Bay Packers visiting the Tennessee Titans on Sunday, a place they've never won a regular season game. We'll count down to kickoff next.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Time now, and I don't even know which games he's got on the schedule for us, but it's time now for the weekend preview.
That's right, fellas. A big weekend of football ahead of us here as we get into week 3 of the NFL season, and no Badgers game, so we got this in full. What are you laughing about, Tausch?
I feel like Jeff Probst is going to come and snuff out my flame. That's what I'm laughing about. All right, continue.
Well, will any of these Big Ten teams have their flame extinguished this weekend? Friday night football on Fox tonight, featuring a Big Ten top 25.
Jason, have we come on board with this Friday night football Big Ten now?
No, not me.
I have. I have. I'm excited. I know we play, Minnesota on Black Friday. I'm starting to dig I liked it last year. We played Purdue down there in West Lafayette. for as much as I fought against it in the beginning, I'm on board with it. I like it. All right, Jesse, which is the game?
Tonight,
I'm going to like it.
Yeah, it's at 5 o'clock your time, so that'll take some adjusting.
Just wait. So then, will my alarm, if I'm setting it, will that be 7 o'clock because it's there and my phone is Central Standard Time phone? Or is it because I'm out west, I have to set it for 5 o'clock? How does that work again?
I'm going to give you all Tausch time for the games that we're going to review this weekend, and that'll just
It's a
throw
brand new
everybody
time
off.
zone. TT.
24th ranked Illinois at 22nd ranked Nebraska. A battle of unbeatens. 5 p.m. Pacific tonight. Televised nationally on Fox. Big game. Then tomorrow, a couple of good college games too, including this Big Ten clash at 12:30 Pacific on CBS. The USC Trojans, 11th ranked in the country, visit 18th ranked Michigan. Fun little contest there. Defending champs, going to go 2-2 if USC puts it to them in the Big House. The primetime game on ABC tomorrow night. 6th ranked Tennessee at 15th ranked Oklahoma. 4:30 Pacific time on ABC. This is really tough, actually. Also honorable mention in that time slot as well on NBC, Minnesota and Iowa playing in the Big Ten Saturday night game. Then on Sunday, Packers play at 10 a.m. Pacific time.
Oh, God.
So the 1:25 game, America's Game of the Week, the 0-2 Baltimore Ravens at Mike McCarthy and the 1-1 Dallas Cowboys. And then your Sunday night football game at 5:20 Pacific on NBC, the Kansas City Chiefs and Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons. Tausch, which of those games stands out most to you?
So this is a rarity for me because obviously Badger games, we don't have a Badger game. That's why I'm out west. I normally am going to go NFL if it's not a Wisconsin Badger game. This weekend is the oppo of that. I am excited. That Friday night game has piqued my interest. Is Nebraska back? Are they real? How is Brett Bielema and the Illinois Fighting Illini? They've done some good things. They've had a couple of pretty good wins. So that game, I think, is going to tell you a lot because Wisconsin plays Nebraska. Wisconsin has a very tough schedule. We didn't think Nebraska would be part of that. We'll see then. And then the whole idea, we obviously play USC next Saturday at, we don't know what time, hopefully early Pacific time. I don't really care what time it is Central. That versus Michigan will tell you a lot about both teams too. So you're going to start seeing a little bit more about who these Big Ten teams are and whether or not they're real contenders or not. And I think Saturday and Friday are going to give you good indicators of that.
Yeah, I am still not a Brett Bielema fan. I'm not big on Matt Rule either, frankly. But that
what do you got against Rule?
Nothing specific. But I just don't. I don't want to watch college football on a Friday night. That's just not my jam, man.
Well, what are you going to do? Law and Order?
Maybe. There is a homecoming parade for our freshmen in high school, so we're going to go see her walk in the parade with her two sports teams.
At 7 o'clock?
I think it's at 5:30, but then afterward there's some, you're milling about with other parents and stuff, so I'll have to miss my guy Brett
How do you walk in
Bielema.
two parades at the same time?
So I think they're the coaches who are great about figuring out a way for Maddie to be able to participate on both teams have been, because my children are perfect. If you don't listen to the show every day, just ask Tausch.
Is she the Bo Jackson of whatever high school you're going to?
She's for the fall season. She is a little Bo Jackson-ish, yes. But they are nice enough to try and put their teams together in the parade so she can switch off between the two groups as she walks. So
you know what they say about it. You know what they say about somebody with two teams.
They've got none.
There you go. Same as
they're very talented athletes.
Yeah, you can
Good one,
you can look
Jesse.
at it. You can look at it from both perspectives.
That's not what Jeff Probst over there was going for, though. So I knew where he was headed.
The tribe has spoken.
Indeed, they have. So the game that I am intrigued by, of course, because Mike McCarthy's my guy, and they got boat raced by the Saints last week. So these are two pretty desperate teams at 325 on Sunday between the Ravens, who are a concerning 0-2, and the Cowboys, who are now 1-1. So that would be the game. But I'll be busy writing about the Packers' second straight win with Malik Willis at quarterback.
What time is that? What time is that game again? 3:25. Is that Eastern?
No, that's Central.
Central.
1:25 Tausch time.
Oh, okay. Good.
Unless you're going to like Hawaii from there, then we'll have to make an adjustment.
No Hawaii, I don't think. But that would really, you talk about really get me flustered. That would do it. So I think that's another 2 hours. I think so. That would be
shouldn't have brought
that
it up.
would be 11:25. And that depends if the time zone, if the daylight savings time is hit yet.
That's a factor, too.
I hope
Tausch,
you never go to Arizona.
Well, dude, it's not even that, but we're getting to that time. When is the clock switch in like 2 weeks, right?
That's
Isn't
the
it
first
early
weekend
October?
in November.
Oh, okay. Very confusing.
It's been that way for like 20 years now.
Yeah, still very confusing.
All right, that is the weekend preview. Headlines are next. We're so excited for headlines. I'm curious if we are going to be able, Jesse, you've done a great job so far, but I'm always leery of playing video from the academy into the show. You think you can do it again? You feel good about
it? We got it. We're good.
All right.
And you're going to be impressed with the acting this week, Jason, if you haven't seen it on the social platforms yet.
I have not seen it. I've been avoiding it on purpose. I am very curious, though, because obviously last week's acting was top notch. At least by one of us.
Good. You were really good last week.
I play Sandra Bullock in all my spoofs. All right.
The ending still where you were like, yeah, you do now. And then Maddie put that side by side. You were very Sandy Bullock-esque.
Yeah.
It was good.
Not bad for never having seen the movie.
Even makes it better.
I read the book, though. All right. We need to get to headlines. Those are next. You can take it to the bank that Tausch and his brothers are always going to be creative. You can take it to the bank that Associated Bank is always going to have great customer service. I've experienced it, and they've got the awards that, if you don't believe me, believe J.D. Power and all the other folks that have given them the awards for their great retail banking customer service. And on top of that, you can obviously, if you're a Packers fan, get Packers checking. If you're a Badgers fan, get Badgers checking. If you're a Brewers fan, get Brewers checking. But you always get the same great customer service. So go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. Headlines are next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's makes the good stuff for good times. Find recipes, videos, and more at titosvodka.com.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Score with back-to-school savings at Metro Ford of Madison. With 212 new vehicles available, you can get 2 years no-charge maintenance on new vehicles purchased. Qualified buyers can also get 90 days deferred payments. The 2024 Ford F-150 is available with 0.9% APR financing for 66 months, $15.54 per thousand borrowed. If an SUV is more your style, check out the 24 Ford Escape and browse the entire inventory at MetroFordofMadison.com. That's MetroFordofMadison.com.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. Kyle Walls here from ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Bruston Norman, and football season is back, and you know I'm watching every snap with the Underdog Fantasy Sports app in my hand. Making picks on Underdog is straightforward, and signing up is even easier. You make picks for your pick'em entry and choose if a player will go higher or lower when it comes to their stats. Maybe it's Jordan Love higher than 2.5 touchdown passes, or even Tyreek Hill lower than 150 receiving yards. Over 1 million fans got in on the action last season, and it is time for you to jump aboard. Just head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app at UnderdogFantasy.com or sign up using promo code KBN, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code KBN to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Join me this football season and win big. Must be 18 plus and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concern with your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
The Milwaukee Bucks are NBA champions!
The Bucks in 6 podcast presents a special series commemorating the Bucks championship run in 2021. From the thrilling Game 7 overtime victory against the Nets.
Durant shooting, got it at the buzzer! No, it's a two-pointer.
To the 50-point statement made by Giannis in the finals.
A 50-point game!
Immerse yourself in the sounds of each playoff round with Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Toscher here for my friends at Kohler Services. If you need a bath or shower remodel, turn to Kohler Services. Family-owned business for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get $1,000 off and 0% interest for 12 months on your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast, professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
This is Devin Robinson from Badger Volleyball, here with Madison's best roofing, siding, and window company, Ridgetop Exteriors. I protect the net at the field house, and they protect your home. They're trusted, local, and affordable. Go to ridgetopexteriors.com today. That's ridgetopexteriors.com.
Hey, it's Hunter Vaughn. ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see teams making an impact in their community. Nominate your local team today at ESPNMadisonGameChangers.com.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Now's the thing that everyone has been waiting for, from sea to shining sea. Oh, it's starting to brighten up out there.
Time
the
zones are
island.
weird, man.
It's weird, man. Sometimes it looks like the sun is coming up, and then like a couple hours later it gets dark and there's fire. It's a wacky deal out here.
It's like Good Friday. Time now for headlines.
We've buried the lead.
But it's not all doom and gloom.
Yeah, I read the headlines.
It's time to predict this week's headlines.
All right, so Jesse, what happens next?
All right, so Tausch has, we've released the video on the Wilde and Tausch social media platforms. The time is come and gone for everyone to suggest their guesses on the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line for a chance to win a tailgate experience at a 2025 game in Green Bay. So without further ado, we now get to play this week's movie scene for all to enjoy here on the Wilde and Tausch video stream if you're there with us. Otherwise, we hope it translates well over the air. And let's see if Jason can identify which movie this is. I have a feeling you're going to get this one pretty quickly, Jason. So without further ado, here is this week's scene.
What are the chances that a team like you and a team like us end up in the Super Bowl together?
Well, Tennessee, that's difficult to say. We really don't.
Hit me with it, Green Bay. Just tell it to me straight. You're going to beat us by 13 on Sunday. You came a long way to play here. What are our chances?
Not very good.
Like 1 in 100?
Vegas said 1 in a million.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
Wow. The acting.
Now that's impressive.
Next level from Eleanor. Max, you did okay too. But wow, Sandra Bullock 2.0, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, she's got some chops. I would say of our family, she's the Christian Bale of the Tauscher Academy. That's what I would say after that performance. Pretty good.
Yes, no doubt about it. That was fantastic. So that is obviously Dumb and Dumber.
You ever think that should have been the name of our show?
Whoa, Nelly!
No, I don't know who'd be who. I think I know who retired Navy fellow would think, but outside of that, I don't know for sure.
All right. Well, no, I'm glad that we did not call that this show that. All right. So that is your headline.
Sequel. By the way, terrible sequel. The Dumb and
I never saw the sequel.
Dumbest.
And they're not even in the
Jim
movie.
Carrey. It was so bad.
There's like two other random guys.
Sometimes you just got to think, I'm not going to CTD. I'm not CTD, and I'm just going to. It was good. Let it go. CTD is chase that dollar, Jason, just so you know.
Oh,
everybody
I
knows
never
that.
heard that.
Yeah, I would think that you'd know that.
I'd never heard that quote before. Okay, so now I'm still trying to get used to this.
Yeah,
Boy,
it's
really
tricky.
brightened up out there.
Yeah, it's
so
crazy.
So then you also give a headline?
I do, yeah. I have one that the Academy puts together. And if I may, are you ready?
I am.
All right. Hold the Mayo, Willis versus Levis, Malik's GB's chances. Pack, yeah, wins, yeah, big, yeah. Pack wins big, 31-17.
Not bad. That was pretty good,
Thanks.
actually.
All right. Yeah, it's good.
Mockingbird. All right. So, sticking with the Dumb and Dumber theme. Now, I am still of the belief, as I have mentioned earlier in the program, when it was even brighter outside in California, that I don't think Jordan Love is playing. I just don't. I think he's another week away. I think this was a ramp-up week. So the premise of my Dumb and Dumber headline is predicated on Malik Willis starting once again. Okay. So there you go. Here we go. We've got an injured QB. We're giving our running back 40 carries a game. Our pets' heads are falling off. But you know, Maddie and Steno, just when I think you can't possibly be any smarter, you put together this game plan and totally redeem yourselves. Packers 21, Titans 17.
Nice.
All right, Jesse, try to top those.
I had a feeling one of you would snag that line, so I went with one a little more basic. Extra quarterback? You've had this extra quarterback this whole time? Malik Willis leads Packers to victory over his former team in Nashville. Packers win 28-14.
All right.
Wow.
That's good. I love that Jesse's now trying to play chess. He's guessing what we're going to be using. And I don't know if he's got two in the tank or if he is really that smart and he knows how our minds work. But
yeah.
That's pretty good, Jesse. Going third's not easy with this Dumb and Dumber.
It is
especially when Jason puts his paragraphs together and snags half the movie for
that's not half the movie. You could have quoted Dumb and Dumber 2. None of us would have even known.
It's fair.
All right. So that is our rendition of headlines. We are going to say farewell to Mr. California.
My torch is getting snuffed. I got blindsided. I got blindsided by Jim Carrey, and my torch is out.
I can't wait for next week's headlines. What I also can't wait for is our next trip to Fleet Farm. Paul and I have been there a lot lately. We're stocking up on our bubbler drinks. We had some lawn stuff we wanted to get. We had some pet stuff we wanted to get. We had some bird seed we needed. And you know that Fleet Farms got everything you need for everyday life. But did you also know that they also have the best prices, guaranteed? Any day, every day, from household essentials to power tools and more, you will not find better deals. Shop the best prices guaranteed today, both in-store and online at fleetfarm.com. And whether you, like us, own a cat, a dog, or both, or maybe 8 in total, Fleet Farm is the place to find all their everyday essentials. Shop top brands like Purina and Science Diet for food and treats, and more for all of your four-legged friends, just not as many as we have. Get all your everyday pet essentials at the best prices at Fleet Farm. Whoa, Nelly, sans Jeff Probst is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mike Greenberg is Greeny.
Isn't there like some philosophy of teaching kids to swim now that they just throw them in a pool and they kind of figure out how to swim on their own? Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels have the skills, talent, have the makeup, have everything it takes to be great NFL quarterbacks. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. We throw these kids out there to sink or swim week 1.
Greeny, weekdays noon to 2 on 100.5 ESPN.
Hey, Jesse Nelson here again to tell you about Madison Weight Loss. Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? Yes, I do. At MadisonWeightLoss.com, we know the secret. The unique weight loss program makes it easy to lose weight, get healthy, and get your energy back naturally, safely, and effectively. I started a 60-day program a little over a month ago. I've lost 27 pounds, and I'm not missing anything about the old lifestyle. It's been the true change that I've been looking to make for a long time, and I've finally been able to do it with the easy-to-use app, with the coaching, with all the help that I've received from the team at Madison Weight Loss. If you'd like to lose unhealthy fat without counting points, no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no surgery, and no injections with the risk of serious side effects, go to MadisonWeightLoss.com to schedule a free consultation in person or virtually. That's nice, too, that they can meet with you virtually. Many clients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. That's up to a pound a day, and that's right where I've been during the program. For your free private weight loss consultation, call 608-774-7241 or go to MadisonWeightLoss.com. That's MadisonWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
When you're in the right place at the right time, things get done. The important things, like knowing what you need and how it all works. Talking truck. Fixing it right the first time. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, our people get it done right and now. That's how you know you're in the right place at the right time. And you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See AssociatedBank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Jeff Levering here. How are baseball and Pella windows and doors of Wisconsin alike? Pella manufactures all their own products. Baseball teams develop their own players in the minors. Pella tests every product thousands of times to ensure it stands the test of time. A baseball player's ultimate test is to get called up to the big leagues, hoping to play well enough to stay. Right now at Pella, get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Certain restrictions apply. It ends September 30th. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Winter athletes, how are you getting prepared for the upcoming season? Total Athlete Performance is here to take your game to the next level. TAP will get you prepared with individualized speed and strength training sessions available in both the Verona and DeForest locations, as well as remote options. Since 2017, TAP has been providing elite performance training in the Madison area to help every athlete become the best version of themselves. Sign up for your free assessment at tapwisconsin.com. That's tapwisconsin.com.
Pizza Hut is changing the combo game with the new My Hut Box. Mark Tauscher here, and starting at just $6.99. Pizza Hut is now offering the ultimate solo meal. You can have your choice of a personal pan pizza or melts with a side of boneless wings or fries. You get to pick whatever entree inside you want. And you can add a 20-ounce Pepsi for just $1.50 more. The My Hut Box is perfect for a speedy lunch, a relaxing dinner on your own, or any time you're on the go. Order your own My Hut Box today, only from Pizza Hut.
Wilde and Tausch is brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Tito's makes the good stuff for good times. Find recipes, videos, and more at titosvodka.com.
Well, that was fun. I do love Dumb and Dumber. I felt like it was a little bit of a miss, though, because wasn't Tausch out in Colorado and at that hotel or pub or wherever it is where it's, we landed on the moon?
At some point, he was in Aspen.
With his friend Samsonite. I was way off. All right. Thanks to the Academy and the headline crew there. We'll see what the movie is next week. Before we can get to Whoa Nelly, Jesse, do you have the cheese fry helmet of victory nearby where you can pick this week's trivia winner?
We sure do. Chrissy has it here. She's going to help me draw the winner this week.
Well, wait, we'll let her pick.
I'm going to. I'm just mixing. You got to do this.
She can't be trusted to mix?
No, it's her first time doing the cheese fry. There we go.
I love the fact that she mixed it right in your face after you acted like she couldn't handle that part of the job.
Oh, this is an upset. Today's contestant, Hugh, is not the winner this week.
Oh, no. He had all the extra entries.
The clubhouse favorite, not the winner. It is one of the two Justins who participated this week.
Just in Milwaukee or just in another place?
Just in Cudahy. Wednesday's Wisconsin geography contestant. He only got one question right.
Wow.
Sometimes that's all you need. Nicely done, Justin in Cudahy.
Well, just in time for Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa Nelly
on Wilde and Tausch.
Jesse, I'm going to channel my inner Tausch here. Well, before you start Whoa Nelly.
Oh boy,
I got a question.
Does that hat look good?
That was not the question. The answer is clearly yes, although I turned it inside out because, oddly enough, there were 2 straight segments where I was wearing a totally different hat. I don't know what happened there.
Kind of looks more like a cowboy hat now.
Giddy up. I can shape it a little bit for you there. You can see the M&Ms. Now I look like Gilligan.
More so than usual.
Indeed. Hey, little buddy. So, you have Mo at home.
Sure do.
Okay. Chrissy, I don't know if you're allowed to talk, but does Chrissy's family have pets?
She says yes.
Okay.
Technically, Chrissy has not gone through the clearance. We're big sticklers about the air clearance process.
No, I understand.
Pablo's been on TV 7 years, but we got to have him go through the clearance process.
Yeah, I wanted to respect the process. I think that's important. So, we have Stella and Sadie. They are our 2 dogs, and one of them, Stella, is here begging for hard salami off of my sandwich. Do you feed Mo human food?
Short answer is yes. I believe it's virtually impossible to go through life without someone feeding your dog human food. We tried, when I was a kid, we tried really hard to never give our dog any human food, so he would only enjoy his dog food and his treats, and that would be great. And then we hosted Thanksgiving, and my grandpa came over, bless his heart, started feeding the dog turkey openly from his plate underneath the table while everybody's sitting around eating Thanksgiving dinner, and the dog was never the same after that. So I think even as much as you may try, you'll never succeed in only feeding your dog food forever. Mm-hmm. And so we have tried to, normalize that in some sense. The most important thing is to keep him away from begging at the table. So if you can say it's okay, like he knows there's food on the table, don't let him jump up. Don't let him go bother anybody. If you're going to give him anything, take it over to his dish and put it in. That's the approach that we've had. That's the approach my parents had with our dog back in the day, and that seems to work fairly well.
Okay. All right. Now, time for Whoa Nelly.
Well, that you just asked without it. What was the context there?
Because she's sitting right here. Hold on a second.
Where's he going? Oh, hey there.
This is Stella.
What a good girl Stella is.
Dad, I don't want to be on TV. I just want your sausage.
This is not Stella's first appearance on the Wilde and Tausch video stream.
Yeah, you're a good dog, aren't you? Okay.
Whoa, Nelly!
So she's sitting here listening to the show, which she never does anymore. She used to watch every single episode right from the doorway of my studio. And now, just because I've got sausage, I can't get rid of her.
She goes back and watches on YouTube later.
Yes, that's a big fan of the YouTube stream. All right, what do you got for
Whoa, Nelly!
Something that we have not gotten to yet this week, and now I don't know if we can have the radio analyst of Wisconsin football call in to discuss this, but
yeah, he blew us off this week.
I guess. Well, it's a bye week, so they're figuring some things out. Gotta get back.
They got a lot to figure out.
They sure do. Barry Alvarez joined the Great Dane Huddle earlier this week. A lot of great insight. If you have not heard it yet, the full hour with Tarek Sala, Derek Engler, Barry Alvarez, Alex Gravatt, one of my favorite Great Dane Huddles that I've ever heard in the many years that show has existed.
3 professional athletes on that panel, plus Barry Alvarez.
It's a heck of a way to look at it. So Barry weighed in on a number of things Badger-related, but he also did weigh in on the Green Bay Packers' victory over the Colts last weekend. Here is what Barry Alvarez said about the coaching job done by head coach Matt LeFleur.
I love what I saw at Green Bay. You talk about coaching. That's about knowing who's available, who's not, putting a game plan together to win a game, regardless of who shows up. We're going to win this game. I loved what I saw. That's all coach. That's coaching.
That's coaching.
I love to see that.
Very complimentary of Barry Alvarez, of Packers head coach Matt LeFleur.
That's because it looked like a Barry Alvarez game plan.
Well, maybe that's why took him back to the old days of Ron Dane running the football, and that was what he thought when he was watching it. What is the proper assessment of Matt LeFleur following last week's game? We talked, obviously, a lot of praise earlier in the week. I know there were some lists Brad Nortman made, Jim Matt and Molly made about top 5 coaches and whether he belongs in that discussion. What is fair to say about Matt LeFleur after last week?
He did a great job for one game in creating a game plan that worked. He and Adam Stenavich and Jason Vrabel and everybody, they conjured up a game plan that worked. Now, as Matt LeFleur will tell you, and I quote, the game plan is only the game plan. It's the players who bring it to life. Boy, this hat really does look ridiculous when it's turned up that way. It's important to recognize that this game plan isn't worth anything if his guys can't execute it. And that means an offensive line blocking guys that they already know they're running the football. That is Josh Jacobs, and I understand he lost a fumble, but that is Josh Jacobs finding openings and spinning out of tackles to gain 151 yards or whatever he ended up with. Like, those guys deserve the credit too. And look, I'm only half kidding when I say that about Barry, because I covered the Barry Alvarez era, a good chunk of it, and that is how they won football games. Mike Samuel threw about as much as Malik Willis. And they won, and they won, and they won. And so he's right. He deserves a ton of credit. It all comes down to this. If Jordan Love is not playing on Sunday, to me, like I did at the beginning of the week with Matt in the Monday press conference, 24-hour rule, hey, great job on the game plan. Now what? It's all about how you're going to conjure something up this week after the Titans saw what you did last week. And then we're really going to be talking about what a great game planner he and his staff are if they're able to do that again to the Titans on Sunday.
Whoa, Nelly!
I'm realizing this Whoa Nelly is just turning into a round of Did You Hear This?
Did you hear this?
Because here's another one that was great from just yesterday. Joe Thomas, he was on our show last Friday. He was also on The Jump Around, a new weekly digital Badgers show hosted by Jim Rutledge and Brad Nortman every Thursday at 12:30, streaming on our YouTube platform.
Is this in German?
No, this is in English. Definitely not the German influence he had when he was on our show last week.
Very good. Very good, yeah.
But Joe Thomas talking about Badger football because he had gotten my hopes up last week when he joined us that Wisconsin was going to stay competitive with Alabama. That did not come to fruition, but here is what Joe said assessing the state of the Badgers on the jump around.
I think the identity that I had when I was there on the teams with Barry and then with Brett in his first season and then with Paul was like, hey, we're going to be disciplined. We're not going to make mistakes. We're going to run the football. We'll take some shots down the field. We're going to play tough defense. We're not going to be able to do some of the things that you want to do maybe at the skill positions because we just can't recruit those type of players that teams from the South or in Texas, Florida are able to do. So we're going to be really good at what we can do, and we're going to control the things we can control, which is mistakes, it's penalties, it's mental errors, and we're going to just play good, tough, hard football. And I think that's the identity that Fickell wants to have, but there's a little bit of a disconnect right now with who they want to be and who they are. And I don't know if it's because of the offense that they're trying to implement here with the air raid, where they want to throw a lot of passes, and so they really are struggling to kind of throw the ball down the field, which
yeah, so again, that's Joe Thomas.
Boy, he's really concise. Sounds like a Wilde question at a press conference.
It sure does. So he keeps going there, but obviously, like he points out what you were just saying about the identity being running the football. What do you think Wisconsin is going to end up doing when it's all set? I know you're not in the prediction business, so if you want to dance around that, feel free. But
I think they're going to end up having a new offensive coordinator next year.
Oh.
How's that for a bold prediction?
That's as bold as you get.
Yeah.
Tausch leaves. Look at this. This is fun.
It's amazing what happens when I. Never mind.
Do you think that would solve the issues of?
It depends who they would hire.
So far?
Depends who they would hire to replace him, right? But people who know a lot more about the Badgers than I do have. I've had a few conversations because I'm just curious as someone who wants to see his alma mater succeed. I'm not rooting against, I am a Jim Leonard stan, and I would have loved to have seen my old friend get the job, and then Tausch would have the AD covered, and I would have the coach covered in terms of friendships. But I'm not rooting in any way against Luke Fickell. I want them to succeed. I just don't know through 16 games of the Fickell era. I just don't know how close they are to what they had in mind for what their offense was going to look like. And if you can't run that kind of offense with the people you have, then you need to run a different offense, and that probably means somebody else's offense run by someone else. That's all. I loved it when Longo was on. He's my kind of coach. He's entertaining. He's energetic. He's engaging, and maybe everything will be fine eventually. But I understand why there's a lot of fans, especially ones that are as old as me, who remember an offense that looked a lot like the Packers offense did on Sunday. It doesn't look like that.
So there's no Badger football game this week. They have a bye before going at USC next week. We talked in the weekend preview. USC is at Michigan on Saturday in their Big Ten opener. I'm starting to think coming out of a bye, Braden Locke has starting experience in big games, obviously played against Alabama, and tough situation for anybody to step into. With 2 weeks to prepare, knowing how important it's going to be to come out strong after this bye and after Alabama stuck it to them, I'm starting to get my hopes up about USC next week. I'm starting to think if they're going to get one of these signature wins this year, that's going to be the one.
Well, good luck with that. They seem to be playing pretty well, do they not?
USC's very good. They seem to be very good, yes. They beat LSU. They're probably going to beat Michigan this weekend.
So maybe this isn't the week. I guess look, here's the biggest thing for me. And I love that Fickell gives Tausch a hard time. That really entertains me a lot. I do believe he's a good football coach. I just think, we live in such and I just was guilty of it, right? Talking about the offense. We live in such a microwave fandom society that even sports writers who aren't really fans are guilty of it. And that is, we want results right away. And I think that the way the game has evolved and changed with the instant transfers and the NIL, I think there's a lot of programs that are like Wisconsin that are trying to figure out where they fit in the ecosystem and what the best path is to victory. I don't know what it is for them yet, and they don't either. And so I am more than willing to be patient, like Matt LeFleur with Braden Narveson, to wait and see when they figure it out. I just think that there are certain types of people that grow up in our fine state that play football a certain way, and that probably needs to be a component of your identity, just because those are the guys that, like the dude that's on this show, right? The dude that's coaching out in Idaho. Like, those guys are offensive linemen. They're those types of guys. And, you know, whether or not you're going to be able to win the way they're playing right now, I don't know the answer to that. All right. That was a fun Wonelli. It was more like me being interviewed. It's like Thursday Wildy or Weekly Wildy, whatever that is that we call with Strofe.
Pretty much just none of the regular things that we do in Wonelli, so that makes me feel good.
It was a nice change of pace. All right, so it made you feel good. That sounds like a segue into Feel Good Friday, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints. We'll do that to wrap up the week. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and you know I'm feeling good on this Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints. It's officially one of the most favorite times of the year for sports fans. Just like Home and Lindsay is my favorite place to go for any paint project, because there's only one paint in Wisconsin made for Wisconsin's weather, and that's Home and Lindsay quality paints. Brush it, roll it, however you want to use it. Remember, Wisconsin's best painters use Wisconsin's best paint. Check them out at homeandlindsay.com. That's homeandlindsay.com. And stay tuned for Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company, Madison's home for craft beer and pub food since 1994. Find the Great Dane nearest you at greatdanepub.com.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yauk. Pro Football Hall of Famer and former Badgers offensive lineman Joe Thomas appeared on the Jump Around Thursday afternoon and said that as an offensive lineman, he still wouldn't hesitate to come to Wisconsin.
I wouldn't hesitate one bit to come play at Wisconsin in the air raid as an offensive lineman, because they're still teaching pro-style techniques. The air raid doesn't bother me the way that Wisconsin's running it, and it's still an offense that has enough variety in their run game that you're going to be a developed and a polished offensive lineman when you leave in 4 years.
Get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Offer on September 30th, so visit PellaWI.com today.
Grassland Dairy is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin and sustained by innovation. Since 1904, the Wheatrick family has worked with hundreds of dairy farmers to consistently produce the highest quality dairy products. Grassland's commitment to quality starts with the way their dairy farmers care for their cows and carries through every step of their innovative processing and delivery. They are proud to offer a wide range of reliable and nutritious dairy ingredients. Grassland Dairy is family owned in Wisconsin and has been crafting butter for 5 generations.
In the next 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you how to save money and save the planet. It's simple. Ditch your energy bill and make the switch over to Everlight Solar. While electricity prices keep rising, Everlight Solar will give you the chance to take ownership of your power while also reducing your carbon footprint. As a local company based out of Madison, they'll be there with you every step of the way as you make the switch to solar. To learn more about how you can save money and save the planet, go to everlightsolar.com.
This truck season, think about all the things you can do in a Chevy truck. You'll be able to, or you can even just, with impressive towing, incredible bed and tailgate functionality, and multiple powertrains, Chevy trucks have what you need to get things done. When you want to do it all, Chevy's got you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Oh, well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Step into nostalgia with the Miller High Life Dive Bar of the Week. Listen to Jim, Matt, and Molly every Thursday to find out where you can enjoy $2 Miller High Lifes and High Life Lights. To celebrate our love for dive bars, we are going to tell you about some of our favorites, including one featured dive bar that will offer $2 High Lifes and High Life Lights for the week. Taste the champagne of beer in its natural environment. A delightfully different dive bar in Wisconsin like Sportsman Bar and Grill, Dots Tavern, Chiefs Tavern, and the Bristled Boar.
You gotta get down on Friday. It's time to finish the week off right. It's Feel Good Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Hallman Lindsay.
Time for Feel Good Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. We got Pablo Iglesias now chiming in the chat on the YouTube channel.
Oh, boy.
Does Tausch know the most annoying sound in the world? Nice. Well played, sir. All right, Jesse, you got it first. What's your Feel Good Friday painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints?
Our teammate Brian D. at ESPN Milwaukee is doing something really fun later today as part of Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, this afternoon, benefiting Camp One Step, which provides free year-round camp experiences for kids with cancer and their families, fostering joy, belonging, confidence, and lifelong friendships. So Brian is going to be running in the Chicago Marathon, and so in preparation for that and the proceeds that he raises benefiting Camp One Step, he'll be running 26.2 miles, a full marathon, on the treadmill in the ESPN Milwaukee office today, doing live check-ins during their show in the afternoon. He just got started a few minutes ago, so he'll be checking in later. So really, really fun to see a good friend and teammate, Brian D., and a great cause that he's supporting. And we'll be able to catch it this afternoon to hear how it's all going throughout the course of it. So hopefully he's not hopefully he's in good shape and he's been practicing and he's not struggling and gasping for air and throwing up on the show and all that kind of hopefully that doesn't happen. Or maybe it does if it makes it more compelling. But benefiting Camp One Step, and there's all kinds of ways. If you follow Brian on Twitter, BrianJD, you can find all of the ways that you can help support and donate, and all for a great cause, for a great guy and a great teammate. So
you can go to camponestep.org to find out more about what they do. But yes, follow Brian and make sure you donate through him, because he's doing this for a great cause. All right, I'm going to be a little preachy here. This is not your typical Feel Good Friday for me. So there have been two stories in the last 24 hours, and you've heard me say many times on this show, I am not here to tell you how to be a fan. But Dan Campbell is selling his house in suburban Detroit because fans found out where he lived and would prank and do questionable activities around his house when the Lions would lose. Will Levis, who I agree has not played well as the quarterback for the Tennessee Titans, had his cell phone number leaked and has been getting hate texts from angry Titans fans. Now, it's hard to be serious with this hat on. Look, I understand, okay? I'm not going to tell you when you should cheer, all the other stuff. That's not my job. I'm a reporter. But we got to be better than this. Okay? These are still games. These are still real human beings. And if you're pissed off that your team lost, I get it. Now, I don't feel those same feelings as you. And again, I don't want to be preachy guy. I'm just saying, can we please be better? And I know the vast, vast, vast majority of fans don't do this type of stuff. But if you get pissed at Quay Walker on Sunday, if you get mad at Malik Willis because he throws an interception that loses the game, just try to remember he's a person still too. Okay? And I know I'm talking to a small minority of fans, but I saw these stories, and they literally were the opposite of Feel Good Friday. And I wanted to make sure that let's focus on the positives. Yes, there's going to be frustrations for you as a fan, but let's not take them out on the people that are playing the games, because I know it's not middle school basketball, but they're trying. And sometimes things don't go that way. We got to be better than that. All right, again, go to camponestep.org to find out more about a really great cause and to support Brian. I don't know how Brian's texting us while he's running a marathon on a treadmill,
seems
but
suspicious.
you're welcome for supporting your cause. I'll get my donation in while you're still running. He's probably using Siri, I'm guessing.
What if he's running really slow? Is he going to stay there till 1 in the morning when everybody goes home?
I don't know. Jesse, you're the one who's gotten in great shape, so the next thing I expect is for you to run with Brian in the 2025 Chicago Marathon. All right, that's it for us today.
Make him some cabbage.
We'll do it again on Monday. Cabbage Nelson is your new nickname. That's it for us. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on